like people trickling in.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man proudly presents Comic Book Talk with Friends. How y'all doing tonight? How's everybody going? I hope everybody's good. I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. It's going to be a great night. See that the chat is buzzing already, but you know, it is what it is. That's how it always is, and we're going to get it going. But yeah, thanks everybody for basically being here. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting discussion tonight, but you know, it wouldn't be the same if I didn't have the fellas with me. So, you know, I had to basically bring them in on this, as always. Now, Jedi Kid, of course, was probably going to be late. He's always fashionably late, but we'll see him here later on. So, anyway, without further ado, we got the guys in here. We got Vin Dog, the man with the room, all day, every day. What's going on with you, brother?
Chilling, man. Just enjoying a little bit of respite here. Been catching up on reading. Bro, this week I caught up on Thor, and it was like more than a 1 year binge. I'm talking when I picked up my first issue that I was behind on, it was like 2017.
Wow.
So I ripped through like 5 years of Thor this week, and man, there were some good, great, amazing stories in there, and there's a lot of stuff that I can't wait to see fleshed out in the future, and just a lot of awesomeness. So a lot of Thor next week, this week, and next week will probably be catching up on Justice League. I'm gonna go back and forth Marvel DC each week and just catch up on years. I'm trying to dig in and stop procrastinating and start binging. Definitely, so lots to reading this week.
And as it should be, should be. Time off is time for reading, man. So
yes, sir.
Glad to hear that. Definitely catching up. And somebody here is a fan of booty butt naked in the house, bro. That's oh no, that name is never gonna go. Anyway, Brendan, what's going on with you, brother?
Not much, man. I'm in the same boat as Video. I've been catching up on my X books. I fell way behind on my X books, and so that's a big thing that I've been doing right now. I'm trying to tear through because I was way behind. I was like 2 years behind on my X books, and that, which is, I'm ashamed because I'm such a diehard X-Men fan, but
it's fun to read it like that sometimes, though.
Yeah, life happens. You get pulled into other things, and then like it's like quicksand, man. Like you fall a little bit behind, and then you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna catch up, with that like next week or next month, and it just snowballs. It just keeps going, and I'm mixing all my metaphors with quicksand and snowballs and whatnot. But it's man. It was just so. But the plus side of that though is that it's like, it's almost like they just dropped like 2 years of X-Men content on you all at once, and you get to just enjoy it all, just like running.
That's why I like to do it that way. It's so much fun.
Yeah, dude. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying the Fallen Angels book. With Psylocke and Cable and X-23. That's been a lot of fun. So yeah, man, I'm just I'm tearing through a lot of comics, and got a bunch of figures that just came in too. Proxima Midnight here, Gold Armor Wonder Woman. Like it's been a nice stretch. So it's just been comic books, that and binging the crap out of that show Yellowstone.
I gotta watch that.
I've been binging Ozark. I haven't gotten into Yellowstone yet, though.
The first season of Ozark was great. I didn't see the second one yet.
It's a good show. There's so much that's good out there, man. That, like new episodes of Billions on Showtime just started up again. That show's phenomenal. There's just a lot of good content, and so I'm just like, my head's spinning. I'm like, do I read comic books right now, or do I watch this? Do I binge some Yellowstone or The Witcher or like Lost in Space? It's like
I still gotta catch up on The Witcher, man. Damn.
Me too.
Bro, I've already
still behind on it.
Finished both seasons so far. So.
Damn, bro. I haven't watched the second one at all.
And it's like I can't, Peacemaker. I gotta have it. So
I can't get into Peacemaker.
This is how ridiculous
Bro,
Lael is. All right, so I'm watching Ghostbusters Afterlife with my wife the other night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't seen it yet, so we're watching that. Now, earlier in the day, he like mad texts me. He's like, "Don't you spoil anything about Peacemaker for me yet, motherfucker. I haven't watched it." I'm like, "I haven't watched it yet either. I haven't gotten around to episode 4, right?" Yeah, look at you looking out the side of your guy. Yeah, and so then I'm watching the show. I'm watching the movie with my wife. My phone rings. I pick it up. It's him, and he's asking me, he's like, "Hey, so tell me about that third-party Joker that you got. Which one did you get?" And what I was like, I knew it because he saw the pictures that I posted, and he's like, "Oh, man, he was right. That thing is fire. I got to get that." So he's asking me all these questions about that Joker. And then I'm like, all right, I'm watching the movie with my wife. He's like, all right, I'm going to go watch Peacemakers. Don't you fucking spoil anything for me. I'm like, dude, I haven't watched it yet. I physically don't have the ability to spoil it for you. He's like, I don't, just make sure you don't. I'm like, you're gonna watch it before me. I'm trying to watch this movie over here, but you're on the phone with me. You're gonna watch Peacemaker before me. And he just, well, you just don't you spoil it for me. I'm like, it's like talking to a wall. I had no ability to spoil anything for you.
I was talking to the future you.
The future me, which would have watched it after the present you.
You would have called.
Son of a bitch.
But if I'm talking to the future you, that means that the
actually past.
No. Yeah, I would have to go to the past.
All right, you know what, man? I don't have the energy to get into time travel paradox.
Yeah,
there you go.
We'll work that out. Hey, Jedi Kid, before we do that, because now that we have all 4 people basically on this panel, man, I mean, it wouldn't be complete because you didn't see the damn intro, bro. Did you see it?
No, you got another one?
No, did you see the one? You saw the intro already, so I don't have to play it back.
Yeah. That intro was crazy. That beat is man. Ridiculous. I saw it.
All right, cool. Just want to make sure, man. We got a $5 super chat from Malachi Mabane. Happy Monday to the family.
Yo. Mabane, what
Happy
up?
Monday to you, man. Too, man. Jedi Kid. Now that we have you in the building, brother, how was your weekend, man?
I had my birthday last weekend.
Yeah.
So I had a blast with that. It was a good weekend, man. Football. That's all I did was watch football all weekend, man. And what the upsets that have happened are ridiculous. People lost a lot of money this weekend, bro.
Yeah.
I can't believe Brady choked. Rodgers choked.
Well,
unbelievable.
You know what? Brady didn't choke as much as
Aaron did.
Yeah.
Because they didn't score no points in the first half, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, Rodgers, bro. I don't
understand,
bro. He literally doesn't want to be in Green Bay. Like, literally
I think
doesn't.
so. I think that's it.
But
he's
I
going to
can't
Denver.
fully blame it on him.
Yeah,
because special teams, bro.
Yeah,
what the hell,
awful.
Man?
Two
punts blocked, 1 return for a touchdown, man.
I couldn't believe it.
Come on, man.
Dude, did you just gain 3,000 subs that I missed?
He's saying from the future.
He says from the future.
From the future.
Ren Salentino from the future says,
okay,
congrats. So he went in.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
He went in and saw it and came back to tell us.
And just to let me know.
Nice.
Thank you for the spoiler. At least that's a good way.
The question is, how far in the future did he go to see that?
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's only like 2 weeks.
2 weeks
into the future. If it's 2 weeks in the future, that's some good progress, buddy.
Lael, I gotta ask you. I know.
Yo, Rams, who wins the Super Bowl?
I think
the Rams are gonna win, bro. Or maybe the Bengals.
I know tonight's all about comics, but before we get into that, I am curious though, because Jesus Gutierrez says, Lael, really appreciated how you defended your point of view on So-So Toys and third-party figures the other day.
Yes.
What was your stance? What were you defending? I missed
okay,
that, so I'm just curious.
Real quick, before we dive in with everybody, I'll explain this because it was a really, really good discussion. It was last night on Will's show. We actually talked about the Hot Toys, them, releasing
with the Green Goblin.
And stuff like this. Before
Right,
it
right,
happened.
right.
This is before basically it happened. Now it was just a premonition at that point, but it's before it actually dropped. But what we were actually talking about at that time was the simple fact that it was Hot Toys versus third party, and I was just thinking, we were talking about like I had made a
Toys era, I think it was.
Yeah, I had made it was Toys era. So my point was, to me, and just for me, I'm not getting this version.
Me neither.
There's no reason for me to.
Nope.
Because I already basically have, and I have people, well, I Toys. Look,
I don't even care.
Fine.
Yep.
But to me, the smarter goal would have been for them to release the second version that we saw in the movie that occupied the entire film,
which would be
that would have had made
Well, that's
more
what
sense.
you and I had
to
said
me.
is like, give us the purple hood and stuff like that.
Right.
And if they do that, then I'm down for it too. Like you said,
Yeah.
like we had texted and I was like, man, that seems like a missed opportunity for them to not not do that. Now, and here's the thing, this new one may be better than the Toys R Us one, but it has to be significantly better for somebody to drop $375 on that. It's like, all right,
The deluxe
that's
version.
when the
Toys R Us one is great,
cheaper,
so,
and it was
for
cheaper,
like $200,
and it was cheaper. You know what I mean?
Right.
So and it made more sense. I don't care. Me myself,
Yep.
Some
I
people
don't
are just
care
like-
I'm the
about a
same
Willem
way,
Dafoe
bro. I
head
wish I was on
sculpt.
that show last night with you, bro.
I don't care about a Willem
dog.
Dafoe head sculpt.
Nope.
It's just not me.
You
I'm
can
not
buy one
saying
later on eBay.
Exactly, and it's me not saying I don't. It's not me basically saying that the head sculpt or the figure's bad, because the figure is dope. I'm not taking it away. I just don't need it.
Nope.
It just goes against the simple. I don't need.
Perfect example too, and this is third party is that I have the Titans Robin that Toys R Us made, right? That came out like a year ago.
Yeah.
And then So Toys just put theirs out. Now I've looked at, and admittedly, I think the So Toys one is better.
It looks better,
than the
but
one
I got
that
Toys
have.
R Us, so why?
But I have the Toys R Us one. The So isn't enough, like significantly improved. That I'm like, I have to have
gotta
that.
get it,
I'm
right.
still happy with the one that I have, and that's the same thing. It's like some people are just like, I have to have the licensed one, so that's going to be better, so I'm going to get that one.
Yeah,
And it's like, all right, and if you don't own one already, then that's fine. But if you have the Fiend, the Toys R Us one,
I'm not getting
the
it.
Hot Toys one has to be so much better to
Yeah.
justify spending that money, because otherwise you've already got that.
It's
that
two differences,
iteration of
bro.
the character. Now,
They
if
got
they
the Willem
make
Dafoe head
purple
sculpt and the
hood
lights.
if they add the additional stuff, or if they put
that's
out a
it.
different version that is the purple and stuff, so that kind of looks.
That's the one I
classic,
wanted.
Then I'd be all for that. Now I don't
Yeah.
own the Fiend, the Toys R Us one,
Bro, that's a good one.
It is.
but I'm not.
It's amazing.
I'm not a big Raimi movie fan. I loved No Way Home, and if they do the purple one, I'm all for that one. If they don't and they only put this one out, I may pick it up. I may not, but I don't know. But
Dude,
no,
that's
I agree with your position on that, Lael. Though
I didn't. It's
I
just.
definitely agree
Here's the
with you.
thing, and the thing is, it was a great discussion, but I mean, because it was me. It was just me and Denobi, so we were actually talking about it, and his stance was that the Toys era, Doc Ock was horrible, and his main stance against
crazy.
that was the simple fact that it didn't have the yellow strip, or it didn't have the yellow, hint on the actual the tentacles,
the arms.
the arms, yeah.
That's
So
easy.
I'm like,
that's an easy
that's
paint
it?
job, though.
it's an easy fix, but I mean, it just didn't
Yeah.
really matter to me. And the thing is, it was a healthy discussion. But my stance on it was, everybody, look, I'm not quick. I give every company a chance. These third-party figures and Toys R Us, they're knocking figures out of the park.
They're killing it.
They
Oh,
are,
yeah.
and I don't have a problem with basically, especially, and my stance was, look, one of the biggest problems that I have there was no pushback, but okay, so you're talking about Hot Toys, you're talking about the simple fact that yes, they have quality figures. We know that we'll gravitate to their product because they make good figures. But here's the thing. They are in the IP. They have a wheelhouse, a plethora of figures and characters to play with, and they don't do it.
They don't
But yet
do it.
when another company does it,
Right.
then
They
there's
jump
always
on it.
pushback, and they jump on it.
Right.
And then
right.
basically people who are Hot Toys enthusiasts aren't willing to give third-party figures their due. They're just due to say, look, you know what? These are great-looking figures. No, because it's always the expectation that, okay, I'll just wait for Hot Toys. Well, what if Hot Toys doesn't release it? Like, what if they don't? Because I guarantee, like, here's the thing. As much people, they don't understand and they don't get it. Hot Toys will not. And I'm telling you this right now. And I'm just, and I hope that I'm wrong, please. And I want to be wrong. I do want to be wrong. We're getting Green Goblin. We're getting Doc Ock. We will not get Electro. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, no.
We will not see Electro.
Nope.
We will not see Lizard.
Nope.
And we will not see Sandman unless it's a diorama base.
And to your point, remember now, if by the time the classic Richard E. Grant Loki from So-So Toys drops, Hot Toys has not officially put theirs up for pre-order, and people don't get the So-So Toys one, they're going to be disappointed.
I'm getting that.
If Hot Toys doesn't put theirs up by the time that one drops, then they're Shazamming us again. It means that they're not actually going to make that Richard E. Grant. Because they've teased a lot of stuff and then not made it. And there's still plenty of time. So I'm not saying rush out and get the So-So Toys one right now because it hasn't even released. But if that releases months from now, and they haven't even shown more pictures of the Richard E. Grant one from Hot Toys, that means there's a good chance that Hot Toys isn't making it. So people are always waiting, like, oh, I'm just going to wait for the Hot Toys one or wait for it.
That's stupid, okay, bro.
But there's no guarantee that they're going to make it, so you can't complain later if they don't.
Exactly. So that was the gist of it, and I moved on from it. And at the end of the discussion, everything was cool, but I just had my stance on it, and I'm not one to just back down on that.
I wish I was on there with you yesterday.
Because it's like, you know what? Okay, you've been here long enough. You've been around. I understand that. And you've had tenure in this. Doesn't mean that my opinion is devalued. Exactly. So I'm standing by that. And again, I'm just...
Nobody has tenure in this community because we've all been reading comic books.
For years.
Learned how to reading comic books, reading source material for this stuff. We've been collecting all our lives just because it hasn't been Hot Toys, because Hot Toys wasn't around when I was 5 years old.
We were
still collecting books. We were still toys. So there's no tenure in this game. It's all about the passion that you have for it and the knowledge that you have of the IPs, and we have no shortage of that. So that nobody. I mean, you can have differences of opinion, but nobody is like, well, I've been in this longer than you, so I know. It's like,
come on, dude.
I don't buy that, bro. I just, like I said, I just roll with it. Real quick, $2 super chat by Bob Dylan. Respect the layout. I just want that new. Me too, bro. I want the new Electro.
And that's sad.
I just it'll happen, but it won't come from Hot Toys.
It'll be So-So.
It'll come from either Toys era or So-So. And I'm cool with that. I
agree.
And I'll rock with it.
Look how long we waited for Doc Ock before the movie even dropped. So-So dropped it. I've been waiting for a real Doc Ock for like freaking 15 years, bro. I jumped as soon as I dropped that song. I Doc Ock with So-So. I said, "Oh, I'm on that."
You know what I'm hoping though?
I'm on it.
So-So they did. Now, granted, I had some problems with it. I didn't really dig the color differential between the face and then the suit on the So-So Toys classic comic Green Goblin. But it would be pretty cool if the next thing that So-So Toys did in that realm was a classic comic book Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Oh, with the yellow and green? Oh.
That I would really dig.
I would jump on that.
All right.
You know what?
I'm sorry to sidetrack us before we get to the...
My bad.
And real quick, for everybody out there who basically did pre-order that Green Goblin from Hot Toys, I'm happy for you because the figure's dope. I'm not taking it away. And on top of that, the glider with the light up feature, dope. So that's a win there. But for me,
that's the only difference.
Just for me personally, I don't need it because I already have one. I want to move on to something that I don't have. So I'll just leave it at that. So
what I will say on that though, Lael, is if people are considering getting that, like if they don't have the Fiend or they don't want to get that one, they want the Hot Toys one.
Yeah, let them get it.
If you really are, if you're like, oh man, I really want the like more like in the second half of the No Way Home movie with like the purple hood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you really, really want that, I would say maybe just like instead of pre-ordering this one right now, I would say just like do your own kind of personal payment plan where it's like throw $20 in a sock drawer every month and stuff, just putting the money away for the Green Goblin. And then if in a month or 2 months time or 3 months, whatever, they announce that version and you want that one more, then you haven't put a down payment down on this one, and you can, because remember, this isn't going to come out for like a year and a half, 2 years, so you've got time.
Yep.
So don't rush into it. If you really do want that other one, just be patient, and then worst case they don't release that one, and then you put that money toward this one. So
exactly. So because they ain't afraid to make black figures. You're on point with that, brother. So I hear that all day, every day. So real quick, let me actually address the chat real quick since we got that. Again, we got that $1.99 super chat from Spice Runner. Thank you for that, bro. And that was truth be told right there. We have, let's see here, Joe Mama 007, Ben Cave, Mike Fiala, Tobar, Max Geekdom, Xander. We have Bob Dylan in the building. My guy, Bob Dylan. Max. We have Mark 7, The Issue. Yo, Mark. You know, we got to get Mark on the show one day.
You got to get him on.
We definitely, Mark, come on, man. Get your computer booted up. Get your mic ready, bro. We're going to get you on here, man. But the only way you can come on here if you don't ask me for that beat. We got Philip the Fool, Bloodsport.
Did you send it to him yet?
No, not yet.
God damn, dude.
Not yet. I will. It's just going to take me some time. Latoya T, baby, thank you for coming through, baby. Airy Visions, thank you for being here. Let's see here. We have Doc Smizzle in the building. My God, thank you for coming through. Raylo Binks, thank you for being here. Who else we got? Oh man, Ninja Squirrel 30, thank you for being here. Louis Labitz, K Carter 27, thank you for being here. I love that Ninja Squirrel. That's a dope name.
That's my
Dane Oldham, thank you for being here. Shao, thank you for being here. Let me see here. Daryl Smith, thank you for being in the building. As always, man, all these super chats, thank y'all for sending them through. Joey Dahl, Marshall Lewis, let's see here. Jesus Gutierrez, thank you for being here, man. Do appreciate that. And Guy, thank you for I'm so glad you watched last night. I was holding y'all down all day, every day, and I'll continue to do that. We just got a $20 super chat by Christopher Field. Mad respect for the channel, Lael. Thank you so much, bro, and I'm glad that you are here, Christopher, man, because like I said, we're about to deliver some ish. But before we basically jump in tonight, and hold up, is that my guy? I got to say his name. Let's all say it together. Let's all say this together. It is my guy, my mellow, SpongeBob SquareBalls. Thank you for coming through,
That's
bro.
a hell of a name.
You just got an ensemble, bro. We all said it together, man. Straight up, bro. You know, when you got a name like that, everybody has to say it. SpongeBob SquareBalls. You just got a mic drop, my guy.
Mic drop.
So definitely thank you for coming through, man. But before we actually jump into the nice topics, we're gonna do a couple of different things here. I'm gonna start with Vinny, my guy Vinny. Because we got a couple of recommends, that we're going to drop off the top. We're going to do this from now on going forward, where we're going to kind of recommend a few, some reading material, just to kind of, let you know what's out there, especially if you want source material on certain characters, certain things that you don't know about. We always want to drop that on you so you're completely aware of what's out there. So, yes. Now, Vinny, you want me to queue up anything for you, bro, before we go?
Yeah,
Just let me
I'm
know.
going to do I put it in the private chat, but I'm gonna do Superman first. So you got those that. All right, so I've been catching up on a lot of reading lately, and so there's 3 books I want to talk about real quick with this recommend section of the show. And DC has put out a few titles for retro fans. They did a Batman '89. Personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of Batman '89 from Jump Off. It might get better, but it didn't immediately grab me. They came out with a book called Superman 78. That did. That book is incredible. The art style is phenomenal. The story is great. The color palette is incredible, and it has this great, clean retro feel to it, and it really feels like the movie did. That one's written by Robert Venditti, with pencils by Wilfredo Torres. And it's just the covers are hot. The artwork is great. The jump off story is a Brainiac story, which is really interesting to see how they tackle it from the standpoint of
the 70s.
The feel of the 78 movie. And what's really cool about it is Clark in the book too, because I feel like in a lot of the recent Superman books over the years, Clark is a little bit lost in the shuffle, and this has the the bumbling but adorable Clark that we know from Christopher Reeve's version, and it's but it's really good. Leo has some art from the
hold on, I gotta
from the
put
story.
it back up.
There it is, and ready to queue up. So I'm gonna let him show you a panel from the pages, and then I'll move on to the next book. I'm gonna make these quick, just something to throw onto your pull list if you want to check it out. So I'm gonna there you go. So see what the art looks like. They do some great they do some great things with effects with the some of the pages too. All right, so the next book is, so if you haven't heard, been living under a rock, Milestone is back. So Milestone has put out a series of books. Icon and Rocket has a book. I haven't got a chance to read that one yet, but I did check out the first issue of Hardwire. The Hardwire book is phenomenal. That one's written by Brandon Thomas with pencils by Dennis Cowan and the legendary Bill Singovich. He does the inks. And that story is just phenomenal. It's such a great read. It's like Hardware is great. You want me to just show a picture, or you got the picture up?
I got it coming up now. In a second here.
But yeah, Hardwire, I can't wait to see where they go with it. The first issue alone is just like just right out of it's just kinetic as hell. It's very action paced. The art is just so kinetic and vibrant. It's amazing. It's a really quick great read. I can't wait to see where they go with it. So if you're looking for one of the Milestone books to pick up, I personally would recommend Hardwire. He's one of my favorite of the Milestone characters. And he has some amazing tech in this, a great story. My pick of the week though is this is one of the oversized books. It's Wonder Woman Historia, Amazon's book 1.
Cyborg.
No, hold on.
Cannot wait for that to drop.
Kelly Sue DeConnick is a writer here
snap.
with art by Phil Jimenez. If you pick up one big oversized book this year, something different than your usual pulls, it's this. This is one of the most beautiful, engaging, like insane.
Is that Nubia? That's not Nubia, is it?
No, it's just one of the old Amazons from back in the day. This is the start of Amazon.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
man.
where they all decided to leave the world of man, and it shows them debating with Zeus over filing a grievance with Zeus to give their own island and everything. It's some of the most beautiful art I've ever seen in a comic. It's like a museum. Yeah, this book is like a museum. It's incredible. There's so much going on every single page that I went back and reread it right after I got done because there was just so much to take in. The art in here is just like
that one just dropped.
Yeah, that's a recent drop.
I gotta get that tomorrow.
This just had my jaw on the floor. It was just look at that, man.
Damn,
look at that.
Yeah.
It just
the Greek gods. That's fire, bro.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal. I was just like, wow. And the story is amazing too. Like it's heavy. It's heavy. It's I don't want to give away much of the plot and spoil it, but it is I could definitely see them if they went a darker route with jumping off the Wonder Woman mythos. If they had done something like this in a film, it would blow everyone's mind because it's so real, so dark, and they talk about a lot of like heavy shit, and so this is the jump off of the Amazon kind of succession, and the DC books is kind of like a backstory, but the pull here, whether even above the story, is just phenomenal visuals. So that's my pick of the week, if you would. So
yes.
All right,
yes,
I gotta grab that.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Wonder Woman Historia, Amazon's book 1. The second one's gonna be out in the spring.
Historia.
Yes.
Okay.
So dope recommendations again. I'll put this actually at the end of the chat. At the end of the this week's episode, I'll put all that information in there so you know how to get it. But do appreciate that, man. Thanks, and we'll try to do this like every week. So Jedi Kid, I'm gonna put you on the spot next week, bro.
I'm with it
because we got Real Raleigh. He's done it a couple times. We got Vinny's done it a couple times. We want you to get some recommendations next week, bro.
Oh, with books? Oh, yeah, I got that. I got you.
Okay, let's go. We're going to do some recommendations next week.
Lael, I want to give one.
Oh, that's what's up. You got one?
I want to give a recommendation to.
It's no
some
butt naked
people.
pictures in here, is it?
So, no. See, that makes me laugh though because I have.
He's like, actually,
I'm nervous now. Come on now, wait a minute, hold
Peacemaker,
up,
right?
hold
So I
up,
got my
wait,
iPad,
wait,
and I'm
wait
like,
a
oh
minute.
shit, you swiped through the wrong picture.
Wait a
See
minute,
it?
hold up.
So that was funny that you said it that way.
Get
But
your
Get my
sensors ready.
put my sunglasses on.
With some butt naked. Come on, man.
Get
No,
the
so-
blur, get the blur
Butt-ass
button
naked.
ready.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now, so I didn't have a chance to queue him up to have him in StreamYard, so I'm just gonna hold the iPad up. But right now, there is I've been talking about it a lot. There's the Devil's Reign kind of event going on in Marvel right now.
Oh yeah, you did mention
And
it.
so the actual Daredevil books have kind of paused for a minute
Mm-hmm.
because he's integral to the overall story arc. But so now we've got a mini series taking place called The Woman Without Fear, and it's centered on Elektra. And this is
Oh
really
wow.
good. This is the first issue that just dropped last week.
Yep.
Right? This is
Oh.
really good.
That's a number one. I gotta pick that up.
This is number one. I love the art style is great. For me, I absolutely love it. Like it just
That's
looks
old school.
So
Yeah, I like
damn
that.
cool. Yeah, it's legit. I mean, she
Damn.
looks awesome as Daredevil,
Yeah.
right? And then flashbacks to dealing with the hand and stuff. The art style is amazing. Elektra is badass in this book, and it's taking place during the whole Devil's Reign saga right now, and there's somebody from her past that comes into play in relation to how she kind of first got into involvement with the hand, but it also threatens to reveal a major secret that we didn't know before, and now we kind of got like the inklings of it. So I won't spoil that for anybody, but it teases a major secret that she has that could really jeopardize her relationship with Matt Murdock.
Oh god.
So that's kind of a bombshell. And then also, and this isn't like a spoiler because they had teased it leading up to it, but we get a little bit of it in this book, but it's going to come in the subsequent ones. But a really badass fight that I would love to see, and we're going to get to see, is in one corner you've got Elektra, and in the other corner you've got Kraven the Hunter.
Oh man.
That's going to be a fucking fight.
Oh man.
That's going to be awesome.
You can't even call that one.
So
No, you can't call that one.
Yeah, you can't call that one, bro.
Anybody who hasn't really been up on the Daredevil books, like I said in the last year or two, they've been absolute fire. Elektra has played a critical role in this current run, and leading into Devil's Reign, what's going on right now, and that's why she's getting a lot of focus right now with this, her own miniseries, The Woman Without Fear. So it's just they're firing on all cylinders. I feel like the character is really, really, getting some good shine right now, and it's just a really, really good entry point for people who want to read more Daredevil books, who want to get more into Elektra stories. There's also, they just dropped the first issue of Elektra Black, White, and Red, like they did with Wolverine Black, White, and Red, where it's all black and white, but then with splashes of red that's like her outfit or blood, and it's kind of retelling different kind of stories throughout Elektra's life. So it's not like current, like continuity, like storyline. It's more just
Older
revisiting stuff, so you don't have to have any background. It's it's just refreshers. But now is a really good time for anybody who's a fan of Daredevil or who's a fan of Elektra. So I highly recommend jumping into those titles right now.
Definitely.
Okay.
Thanks for the recommendation. Real quick, we got a $4.99 super chat by Luminar843. She asked, being that Black History Month is on the horizon, do you have any suggestions on Black female superhero comics? Yes, I do. It's quite funny that you released you mentioned that, because they are actually doing a revamp, and it's just basically to kind of hype people up for the movie that's going to be coming soon. But there is going to be a limited series or a limited run of Photon coming up, and her story, her basic journey with or outside of. So, all right, put it this way. Yeah, because you got to keep in mind, in the books, she has a relationship with who, the Blue Marvel himself. But there's a revelation with that, and things that she kind of finds out about his past that he did not kind of mention. And it's like something like it's a secret that I don't even know about, but it's something that it's a revelation that sends her on a totally different path, separate from the Ultimates. And basically, you got to keep in mind, like, the Ultimates team has changed up. You know what I mean? It changed up basically for the better, to be quite honest. But there's a lot going on with her. Also, I believe they're going to actually do, because Riri is still going, they're going to actually do a limited series on also Shuri again. So they're bringing that comic back. So there's so many different books that's just basically from the Marvel universe. I know with DC, there's a couple of different runs that they have going on right now.
Huntress is kind of lame.
Yeah,
you got Naomi.
Huntress one.
And,
you got Naomi.
Icon and Rocket.
Icon and Rocket, definitely. So you got a couple of things that are actually up and going. So
and like you were mentioning on the Marvel side too, I know there's a lot of divisiveness right now over how Storm is being used in relation to Black Panther and everything like that right now, but it's still a really, really great, strong black female character. So even if you're not really hype over what they're doing in terms of her kind of taking on that mantle for a time being, I still think there are some really good stories that are going to come from it. And also, it's temporary. We know it's not like T'Challa is, in the comics, he's not gone. Like, so let's, be
I don't like
patient.
on that
I
subject.
think that's another one that even if you don't like the concept, it's still people of color being featured prominently in a big run in comics. And whether you don't like the story or you do like the story, I think that's at least something that's positive to take from that.
And just keep in mind
what happened with
that
the Misty Knight run, bro?
It kind of makes
that done?
No, that's not done yet. But it's kind of like in the background.
Because she's with the one girl.
Misty Knight and Colleen Wing are actually involved in the current Spider-Man storyline with Ben Riley, who formerly
with the Ben Riley Spider-Man,
Beyond storyline. So they're
I thought that stopped. That's still going?
It's still going for a couple more months.
Okay.
I'm hoping that when the Beyond thing wraps up, that the Daughters of the Dragon, like, I'm hoping that they will kind of then get a little bit more of their own
thing. They need their own thing.
After, separate of this, that this is kind of launching in that direction. But we'll see.
And you know what, real quick, people have to realize too, I wanted to kind of touch back to that Storm, with Storm basically becoming the new Black Panther for right now. Have to realize that with her on and off again relationship with T'Challa, she is heir. She's basically like, she's the next up. Basically, she's the one. And on top of that,
Wakanda consider her to be Wakanda.
Yeah, and they don't have to. You have to basically realize that also she has visited not once, not twice, but 3 times, actually 4 times. She's been visited and has visited the Panther God and has been stoked a couple of times into it and said that how much of a good leader she is. So it's not something that's brand new. On top of that, she's been trained not only by T'Challa, she's been trained by M'Baku, she's been trained by the Dora Milaje, and on top of that, she's been trained by Iron Fist himself. Like literally. So there's a couple of different iterations you got to actually understand with this character. She's well suitable and formidable. Like that's literally, she can obliterate anybody with just her hands in general. So it makes perfectly good sense. But like, Brendan said, it's a temporary fix. It's not something that's going to continue. But I think there is going to be something that will change. We just have to actually see. But then just take it as you get it.
It's an opportunity for some good stories. But we know it's not. I mean, like we knew that Logan wasn't dead forever. Like we knew
Oh
Cyclops
yeah, I got that
wasn't
whole
dead
book.
forever.
Yeah,
Malachi,
yeah.
you are right, bro. Right
Yeah.
before I get to the super chat, Malachi, you are right. Also recommend to Luminar Martha Washington Goes to War
Oh, yeah.
by Frank Miller and Dave.
Ooh,
That book is crazy.
Definitely.
You, Malachi, that is.
Yeah.
Look, Luminar, if you are listening right now, read this book. This right here, Martha Washington Goes to War, and it's by Yo. It's crazy. It's crazy. That right there is a great Malachi.
When Frank Miller touched something, it's over, bro.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
Thank you for mentioning that because I forgot about it. That is what's up.
That's
that
a
book
good
is
one.
incredible. It is a great read, so definitely read that. The Ben Cave sends a $4.99 super chat. Daredevil has been my favorite thing in the MCU since the show first aired, but I have read the book. I haven't read the books. What are his major stories, a la Hush for Batman? Okay. We're going to get to that. I'm going to let Brendan and Vinny go to that in a second, because definitely that is something to talk about. But I kind of want to jump in here in the interest of time so we can actually get this going. I also want to say shout out to my daughter, Skylar Bias Moore, for basically being here, baby. Thank you for watching. Did you have a good time in Philly? Because you didn't call your pops to let him know. I know you went out there over the weekend. You got to call your pops and let him know how Philly was. Come on, man. I know you watching, baby. So let me know how Philly was.
Man, she sent you that text that said, "I love you, Dad."
I know she did.
On,
she did it right before she went to Philly. So it was just to say, Dad, I love you. Don't worry about me. I'm good.
Leave that baby alone.
My ass for a couple days.
When I messaged her back, I was like, "Hey, babe." I messaged her the next day. I was like, "How you doing? What you up to? You working today?"
Nothing.
She's like, "Mm-mm." I was like, "What you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm in Philly with my friend." I was like, "Okay, that's good. Okay, just be safe. Plain and simple. Be safe." Anyway, kind of want to jump in this because this is interesting discussion. I'm so glad that you basically mentioned Daredevil because that's interesting because it kind of goes and it segues into tonight's topic. And tonight we are basically talking about anti-heroes. Now, people will probably think about, well, why would you basically say that Daredevil is an anti-hero? And Brendan, am I right in saying that he's almost damn near labeled an anti-hero?
He definitely is, bro.
So yeah, he does. He is, I think, considered. He's not in my list of anti-heroes because his moral code prevents him from doing things that your typical anti-hero will do. Right? He's not going to kill. He's not going to. In fact, in recent comic books, he accidentally killed someone, and he turned himself in and stood trial and went to prison, and when he could have gotten out at any moment, right? That's actually why Elektra took on the mantle of Daredevil right now, temporarily, while he was in prison, is so that she could live up to the ideal that he set. So in some respects, yes, he is considered an anti-hero. But I think in the most hardcore terms, he is not a Frank Castle. He is not, a Danny
Wolverine,
like Ghost Rider. He's not a Wolverine. He's not Logan. Yeah. So I don't typically lump him in with the anti-heroes because of that. Like, he has that moral code. He has that line he will not cross. He will not kill. And in the case of an accidental death, when he accidentally crosses that line, it's that Catholic guilt coming in. Like, he has to punish himself for it. He has to atone for it. And I don't think that's something you typically get. So he is a darker character for sure. He deals with a lot of darker themes. But me personally, I wouldn't classify him right off the bat if I'm thinking about it as an anti-hero.
Okay. Are we doing the top 5 and just going 5?
So
why don't we do one at a time?
That's what I wanted to do, basically, one at a time. So I was going to call each, but just because, like I said, cool. in the essence of Daredevil, and the reason why that question was asked, which was a good segue, and the reason why I say he can be somewhat classified as a anti-hero is because Daredevil Matt Murdock, no matter what, even basically he abides by the law as Matt Murdock, as Daredevil. He is willing to go outside the line for justice if need be.
Yeah.
If need be. Like, straight up. And that's the thing. And like, a lot of his actions have been questionable, but with good intentions, great intentions. So he tethers on that line of being somewhat, but you're right. He's not a violent type of individual like that. He'll whoop some ass. I'm not gonna front. He'll whoop your ass in a minute. Some smack,
Yeah.
some smack.
Yep.
But he's just
give you
not.
skibbity paps.
Yeah, he'll give you
Yeah.
a couple of skibbity paps. You know what I mean? But
Break some ribs.
yeah. But I mean, in the essence of things, like he's a more toned down, you know. But just don't tell him you know Wilson Fisk and you agree with him. Then that might. Be a
Oh
totally different
man, try to trash you then.
yeah, fuck you up. But anyway, Vinny, because we're gonna go around. I'm gonna try to circle back around to you, Brendan. And you can't choose. You cannot choose Daredevil. You can't talk about him.
No, my list is already set.
Yeah.
All right,
I got
cool.
my
My
list.
list is set. So we just
You
gonna
got
go
your
555, 444, so on. And so on?
Yeah. So
All right,
basically, Vinny, since you're ready, because I mean, I can see your mouth watering. You're ready to go. Hey, Vinny, just make sure the girls got some milk outside the door and you're ready to go. Because don't interrupt us when you're doing your top
They're
five.
set.
Okay.
I got a sitter and everything.
All right. Cool. So,
right.
Vinny, give me your top 5 list of your top 5 anti-heroes.
Oh, so we
And
going the whole
go.
list, or are we each doing 5 and then each
Well,
doing 4?
You get. You know what?
I think we should go one at a time.
We'll go one.
give
We'll
your
go
number
one, and
5,
then we'll go
give
back.
your
I
number
think
I have at least I have my 4, but
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I figured we don't have to like spend a long time on each number.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah,
just
yeah.
be quick on each number. All right, so I'll make it short and sweet. My number 5 is Spawn. So I wanted to just not.
Motherfucker, man.
Damn you.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Motherfucker,
too?
you took
Yeah.
mine, bro.
Oh, yeah.
God.
All right, so I wanted
You
to
write
think
another
outside
one
the
down.
box. Everybody knows your Logans and your
Sons of a
Punishers, but
bitch.
I'm going with
Hey.
number 5 is Spawn.
That was
And if you know anything about the character, I mean, first and foremost, he sold his soul to the devil, so that doesn't exactly put you in the hero status. He uses whatever
Right off rip.
whatever degree of violence and malice and hate necessary to accomplish his goals. He will use, he will kill, he will maim, he will do anything that he needs to do to get the job done. He is a soldier. He does, and that's off the walls out of grief and pain. And but he's a hero also, and everything he's doing is directed with good intentions. So that's why he's not just a straight up villain. But Spawn is one of the most by definition anti-heroes you can think of, because he definitely does a lot of villainous things in the pursuit of heroism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good
I
pick.
get
Good
you.
pick.
Good
That's a
pick.
good
Good
one.
pick. I'll let you go last, Brendan, because you know what I mean. Like, I know you got to adjust your butt cheeks to get ready for yours. Jedi Kid.
All right, well, before you go to Jason, just to answer the Ben Cave for those, just read anything from Frank Miller and John Romita together. Read anything from Chip Zdarsky. Read Kevin Smith's run, and then read Born Again, the one with Karen Page, and that big.
Anything
those
Frank
are the
Miller
four
is-
ones that you
Sienkiewicz.
really want to get.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when you're done all that, read the Kevin Smith one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kevin Smith. I said that, and then, but like also Daredevil right now, they're on issue like 30 something right now. You can jump into the current run at number 1 and read straight through this, and you're caught up. Like you know what you need to know for right now. So it's a good entry point right now.
Daredevil has multiple jumping on points where they don't make you pay for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jace, go ahead.
Jason, go ahead.
Well, my number 5 would be Frank Castle. I love the fact that he was a soldier, and then he became a cop, and then after the fact that his family got killed, like he did what he had to do, and then he didn't just stop with the people that were responsible for his family. He just kept going on with killing criminals. Listen, and a lot of the heroes don't like Frank. You know what I'm saying? But he still considers himself a hero. I love that about him, man. Like that's my dude right there.
He also has some great crossovers with Daredevil.
Of course. But see, Daredevil, I don't know, with him and Frank, they're sometimes they're like vinegar and water. Like they don't really mix too well to me.
Well, that's why some of their best stuff has been them versus one another.
Yeah. And see, Frank took on half of Marvel. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America. He don't fall. Well, he respects Cap. Because after Captain America, when he thought he was dead, he wore the uniform but had the skull instead. Mm-hmm. So Frank's my boy, man. I like Frank out of all my 5. Then you got, let me see, number 4 with me would be Logan.
Well,
Well, no,
Hold
we're
on,
gonna go
hold
one
on.
at a
we're
time.
gonna go. We're gonna
Oh,
go back
bounce
around.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
We're gonna
okay,
go
my
back
bad.
around. So
Well,
real
5
quick,
is Frank for me, bro. He's a
real
beast,
quick,
bro. Look at this guy.
real quick,
Jesus Christ.
because I mean, before anybody takes it off my hand,
Mm.
because this is probably like, and I'm rounding him as literally my top 5 because you can't trust him, but you can trust him in battle if need be. And I know even though there's hatred for this particular character and for this individual, I love him. I've always loved him since earlier on, since the earlier days of the original Defenders, and that's Namor. Like
Yes,
literally,
sir. That's a good pick.
Oh
that
yeah,
Namor,
Yep.
literally.
classic
He
anti-hero. bro.
listen. He'll help you out,
Mhm.
but when it comes to his people, he don't give 2 flying
Nope.
fucks about
Nope.
anybody.
Atlantis
If it has-
first.
He an
Atlantis first.
asshole.
He's
Atlantis
a
first.
straight up asshole, the most
Mhm.
arrogant, but he is a powerhouse. I would even
Yep.
say strength wise, and basically underwater.
Yep.
Underwater, he
Yep.
is an omega level
Yep.
threat.
Yep.
Literally,
Yep.
you cannot f with him on that level, and that's why I love
Yo,
him.
they
I'm-
came this close
Eh.
to giving him the Phoenix Force recently.
yeah, well
Yep.
they did. They
That
gave
was
him the
gonna
Phoenix
be-
Force before. He had
That
well, he
was
had a
gonna be
partial
crazy.
part of it.
Yeah.
At
Part
one
of
point.
it.
But yeah, like literally, like Namor is incredible, bro. Like literally, and
Yeah.
I like the
And
simple.
he's an
it's-
Illuminati.
Yeah, it is the simple fact that literally he cannot be trusted. But what better individual would you want in war? He's very strategic, smart, but at the same time very manipulative.
Straight up tactician.
You know what I mean?
man.
A straight up tactician, and that's why. And the only reason why they kept him on the Illuminati was to keep a watch, an eye on him. He's smart, but they needed to actually keep an eye on him because you never knew what he was going to do next. Now, of course, he has issues. He does have issues, and he has beef, literally, with Black Panther. We know that. You know, that's to
And-
basically be
You
expected.
gotta watch him run your girl and your wife. 'cause
That's
he'll
what I was
take
just about
Oh,
to say.
yeah.
And he will steal your girl.
Poor
As
Reed
Reed.
Richards.
He will take.
Bro,
He is
be
the
trying, Sue,
Mr.
he
Steal Your
trying
Girl.
Mr.
Yes.
Steal your girl.
Yep.
He
He will
is
steal your
definitely
girl,
Mr. Steal
boy.
Your Girl. He'll
He's
steal
a
your girl in a
beast, bro.
heartbeat. So any ladies that's in the chat right now, Toya, as a matter of fact, jump out the chat right now. I don't even want you looking at this dude.
This
because
dude will try to take
you might be looking
away.
at them muscles.
Yeah, Neymar is a beast, bro.
Luminar, jump out the chat. You might be looking at them muscles.
Yeah, you don't even know what happened. And all of a sudden you wake up at the crib like, yo, I ain't
Yeah.
remember.
Wait a minute. How did
Straight up.
saltwater?
How the hell-
How did saltwater get?
Where'd my clothes go?
Straight
Yo,
up.
I was
That.
fucked up.
Straight up. But no, he's a beast. He's
Yeah.
literally a beast. I can't say it enough. He's always been one of my favorite characters, hands down.
I want to see him and T'Challa
it's
fight on screen,
such a-
man.
Man,
bro,
they owe
do you
us
know
that.
how
They owe
much
us-
They owe us
literally,
that, bro.
people don't understand though, but literally, like,
They hate each other.
I can't. The thing is, it's like his.
Love,
This is
hate.
what I don't understand because in the books itself,
Mhm.
like when it comes to his fight with T'Challa and them up against each other, they nerf his ability because
Yeah.
if he wanted to, he would beast T'Challa like literally.
And the crazy thing is, he's probably the only person that never really got under T'Challa's skin.
Exactly.
Yep, he
T'Challa
never
usually
shows
is like, even
cool,
with his
calm,
long
collected,
time,
bro.
he usually don't. He don't even hate Claw.
Nope.
But Namor,
No.
he hates
That's something that
Yeah.
also added
Yeah.
fuel to the fire with the recent conflict that Namor had with the Avengers because T'Challa is leading the Avengers.
Mhm.
So
Butt naked in Atlantis. Yep. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Mark.
Listen.
Yeah, why
That's
does it sound like an
facts.
album title?
Yo,
Why does it sound like
Watch
an
out for
album
that.
title? Butt naked
Yo,
in
Butt
you
Atlanta.
gotta
naked.
watch out for that seal, man.
if
That's-
Reed Richards was a plain
that's,
dude,
that's Brendan's album coming next year, Butt Naked in
Butt Naked.
Atlantis.
in Atlantis, that's it.
Drop it next week.
If Reed was a regular cat, he would have been had Sue, boy. He
Straight
push
up,
on her
bro.
every second he sees Sue. Reed
Bro,
push on her,
he
bro.
would have had
with it.
Sue. He would have had Storm a couple. He
And
had
Jean,
Storm a couple
and
times.
Jean,
And
and
Jean.
Jean. Yep.
Man, come on.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep.
Like
He's
literally,
a beast, bro.
he is a beast.
Namor's
He
a
is-
good pick, man. Namor's a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yep.
that's
I like that
definitely
pick.
my number 5, man.
Mhm.
Brendan, what you got coming up, bro? What you got? Who you got?
So I am going in a different direction, and I'm hoping that because I feel like there's going to be a lot of crossover with everybody's lists. And
Yeah, it
so
is.
I'm specifically avoiding the Logans and the Frank Castles, and so
Me
for
too.
Me,
Me too.
I'm going with somebody that I don't think a lot of people think of as an anti-hero, but 100% I believe that he is. And that's Cable. Okay?
Oh well,
Good
yeah.
pick.
He's all over
Good
the
pick.
place, bro. You can't
pick.
trust him, bro.
Cable to me is a very good definition of an anti-hero. Okay, this guy will rack up a body count. Okay. That's one of the reasons why he works so well with Deadpool. Now it's like the straight man to like the goofy comedian guy, but both will rack up serious body counts. Okay, Cable has a moral code, but he will kill a lot to achieve what he believes is righteous. Okay?
Especially for a baby
In
girl.
fact, a younger version of himself came back and killed his older self because he thought his older self got too soft. Right around the time that they were bringing Cyclops and Logan back to life in Marvel Comics. Not only that, he founded X-Force. He founded the Black Ops section of the X-Men. Okay? He is a badass motherfucker.
Scattershot.
He will kill if he feels that it's necessary, and he will not feel any remorse about that.
That's that watered down version.
He will do the dark shit that he has to do, that he believes he has to do, so that other people don't have to make those choices, that other people don't have to take that burden on themselves. And to me, that is a big part of what makes someone an anti-hero. I absolutely love this character. And yes, and my list, by the way, is not in order of preference or anything. I'm just picking, because obviously Frank Castle is a quintessential.
He's the king of them.
Obviously, Logan is. I'm trying to stay away from those. So this isn't in order of preference. This is just 5 of my favorite in no particular order. Got to start with Cable.
Got you. That was a dope ass pick.
I'm ready for my next.
That was a dope ass pick.
My goal is to have 5 unique picks that nobody else
I got
has.
5 unique. I got 5 unique right off the top.
Clearly not, because Vinny already took Spawn.
Well, yeah.
He robbed everybody with Spawn.
But I got me some backups.
Okay. All right,
Vinny, I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. Let me tell you some shit that I got, man.
You shouldn't have gone after Vinny. You should have
gone
gone
mine,
first.
bro.
Who you?
Boy got a whole box of comics, but he got a whole loft behind him full of comics.
I hope to God he picks the next one on your list, Leia. I hope to God.
Who you got, bro? Who you got? Who you got?
All right, so I tried to go, outside the box for my list too, but there's 2 on here that are, will be probably crossover that you'll probably see on other people's lists. So the first one of that would be my number 4, and that's Moon Knight. And I picked Moon Knight. I picked Moon Knight because I just love me some fucking Moon Knight. I feel like he was one of the early versions of the anti-hero. He had his early days more so than his recent days. That's why he's so low on my list, because his early days he used to be, a lot more violent, and sometimes in the current runs he's super violent outside the grid as far as whether or not he's a hero. But one of my favorite examples of his classification of being an anti-hero is the Civil War storyline, in which Captain America and Tony Stark both refused to have this motherfucker on their team because they didn't want to play with him. They're like, nah, we can't trust you. You fucking crazy. Captain America told him there's like basically 2 people that Captain America didn't want to work with, and he said Punisher belongs in the cage, but you belong in the straitjacket. Yeah. So when there's a war going on, and basically everybody, you got 2 team captains picking all the superheroes in the damn earth, and neither one wants you because they don't know what you're gonna do. That's on some that speaks volumes.
They're afraid to fight you and fight with you.
They're afraid to fight against you. They're afraid to fight with you. They have no idea what you are going to do. And so to me, he's an anti-hero I thought it was a cool pick because he's an anti-hero for a different reason. So it's not necessarily that he's part villainous. It's just he's so unpredictable and just crazy, basically. You never know what he's going to do, who he's going to hurt, what is his next move going to be. You don't know, and you don't even know if he knows. So for that reason, Moon Knight's my number 4. He's literally carved people's faces off and then killed them. He's not a Boy Scout, so I think he's on the list. But for the most part, he is still would be considered an anti-hero as opposed to anti-villain because he means well and he thinks he's doing the right thing. He's just messed up in the head.
Yeah.
So Moon Knight for my 4.
Got you. All right, Jedi Kid, you up, bro? What you got? What you got for me?
Since you don't want me to mention Logan, which I was going to, that's my boy. But another one I love from Marvel is Hyperion.
Nice.
Hyperion is my dark version of Superman on the Marvel side of the house. He started off as a villain, destroyed his whole planet because they disagreed with him. And then he started to be kind of the anti-hero for the last couple of years now. He's been like the anti-hero, but he's been killing Jokers too.
Yeah.
So I still think that to me, that's one of my top 5, bro. Like I had him like on the same level with Logan, like number 4. But Hyperion is just he's an animal, bro. Like there he is. All the power of Superman, this ain't got no damn sense.
But no moral code. Stop it.
I love it. Yeah. No code at all, and will kill over a disagreement. That's a dude you shouldn't piss off in on the Marvel side of the house, man. That's my dude.
That's a dope pick. Like, I mean,
especially when you consider he's an anti-hero under the guise of the government found and raised him as opposed to a family. So think about how befitting it is that he's an anti-hero because he was made that way by our government deceiving him as a child. Which is exactly what the hell we would do if we found a baby Superman.
A kid like Superman? Come on.
That's exactly what we would do if we found a baby
definitely had him
Superman.
like that, bro. Definitely. You fight for nobody but the United States.
I think
but we all know he's the dark version of Superman.
I like that pick. So I wanted to basically I wanted to show some female love. Okay. I wanted to show some female love because this character, I think, first of all, I want to see her on screen the right way. Okay. Probably the most underrated. Started out as one of the most underrated villains, but again, she has shown that she can be a force to be reckoned with, and on top of that, she can be formidable. And at the same time, if you have her with you, she's on point. And it's again not what everybody would actually expect, but it is my pick. Spiral. Now, the reason why I love this character, bro, I have always loved this character design. Number one, Mojo World. We're talking about this character, what she basically represent. Like literally, she is a hunter, bro. She is a hunter. Exactly. She is a hunter. She is skilled. She's intelligent. At the same time,
like gladiators too.
Exactly. And she at one point she did join the X-Men for a minute, for a brief stint. She became a reliable, character. And I do basically like the simple fact that, again, I want to see this character live action. There was even at one point that, and I forget, I got the book here, but when Professor X sent her, it was her, Rogue, I think it was two, and it was actually, what is her, from Shi'ar, from the Shi'ar Empire. What is her name?
Oh, you're talking about Hawk's wife?
No. From the Shi'ar Empire.
Lalandra?
Valandra.
Valandra.
Yes, that they were actually saying, and she held it down for all three of them in a heat of battle, like literally. And that's how skilled she is. So I do love this character. I wanted to show some. I have two females on my list that I kind of wanted to showcase, but Deathbird, yes, all day, every day. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, she's
but
a beast,
yes,
too.
and Deathbird is a beast. A beast. But yes, this is definitely my pick. But yeah, I just wanted to show some female love and pick some characters that were kind of unique. So, Butt Naked.
It spirals an animal.
It's your time.
All right, number 4 on my list, and again, this is in no particular order. I was gonna go Moon Knight, but Vinny fortunately, I have backups. So, but I completely agree with what Vinny said. I mean, carving motherfuckers' face off. All right, he did it before the Joker made it cool. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, and I mean Mark Spector started out as a merc, right? Like there's so much about Moon Knight that is quintessential anti-hero, but that's okay. So and there's kind of a theme for me, but so I'm going with another mutant, and this is someone who is so epically badass
Oh, Remy.
and will slice you to ribbons
Oh.
and look fine doing it.
Please.
Psylocke.
Psylocke.
Okay.
Oh,
Now-
okay.
Now, you have to specify when you're talking about Psylocke, though.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Kwanon. Okay? The Japanese assassin
Psylocke.
whose body Betsy Braddock inhabited for a great time.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, when they are separated, Betsy Braddock at one point, right, like she, becomes Captain Britain. Kwanon is in her own body again, and it takes on the mantle of Psylocke. They both have their psionic powers. And again, that's one of the things reading through the Fallen Angels book right now. I mean, she is so badass, right in there with X-23 and just I mean, shredding motherfuckers up.
Yeah.
And she comes from that assassin background. She is right there with Logan and with Cable when it comes to the most badass of the badass in the X-Men universe. In those characters that are willing to get bloody when they deem it necessary. She has a code, but part of that code is killing anybody that she feels needs to be killed in furtherance of that goal. The character designs over the years, she's had so many, and Psylocke just looks badass all the live long day. Great writing for her in a lot of books. Her telepathic abilities, while not on the same level as like a Jean Grey or a Professor X, are right up there. They are very strong.
Still the best choice. This
I
was
think-
still the greatest choice, bro.
My
Olivia
camera
Munn
seemed
was
to
so
unplug
dope.
for a second, I don't know. But yes, I'll try and fix my camera in a second. But yeah, Psylocke, absolutely amazing. She's on my list.
Yeah, Psylocke is amazing, bro. And again, this was she's
She's
easily,
a flawless character design and everything,
yeah,
bro.
She's
Like,
easily one of the dopest, bro, out there, man. So I
Oh,
do
backstory
definitely
and
agree.
everything.
Love that. Yes, V. What you got next, brother?
All right, my number 3 pick, the main man, Lobo.
oh yeah.
Lobo
It's a jerk off in the
is-
books, bro. What a dickhead.
Yeah, Lobo was kind of like, in a way, a parody of the Punisher and Wolverine.
And Wolverine, yeah.
Geffen didn't mean for it to take off, but it just blew up. This is his first appearance here. Omega Man, he appeared, and his name basically translates to, I always love this quote, he who devours their entrails and thoroughly enjoys it. All he wants to do is kill people, hurt people, fight, and drink.
Get paid for bounties.
That's it. He's a bounty hunter. He's a mercenary.
Mhm.
But at the same time, he still has a moral code, a very thin one, but he tries to do the right thing. And if a planet or, it needs his help, even if Superman needs his help, he'll regrettably help him and then try to kill Superman.
Clark was the one that got him acting like that, though, trying to calm down a little bit.
He had like a mutual respect for Superman, and
Superman.
he's one of the very few people who legitimately have powers close to Superman. He's practically immortal. His super strength and durability and vulnerability is all up. up
regenerating,
on the same
regeneration powers.
Like he'll
He
come
could
back.
be an explosion and come back. His body
He'll
will
come back from
just
a
grow
drop
back.
of blood. He's
Crazy.
almost impossible to get rid of.
Mhm.
He's I mean, like basically.
Chi fan.
He still has moral code, so he's still like some people might consider more of a villain than a hero, but it's been a long time since he would really be classified as a villain. He just is a hero that basically just does whatever the fuck he wants to on any given day, and for the most part, he'd rather just be like partying and stuff. But when he's needed, there's nobody scarier that you have by your side. And I'm still mad that Jason Momoa is Aquaman and not Lobo. So, yeah, Lobo's my number 3.
Yeah.
That was a dope pick.
That's a go.
That's definitely a dope pick. I'm glad it wasn't mine, but it was a dope pick. Because I was definitely teetering around that, but nobody has picked my one. And this one, the one that I picked, I'm gonna let Jason go first, but the one that I pick is gonna be questionable because people are gonna be like, nah. But I'm like, yeah.
Well, they're gonna say that about mine too, probably. Maybe.
So who's yours, brother?
My number 3, I'm back on DC side of the house, is the Batman.
Okay.
Now people forget, like in the early runnings of Batman, he was killing jokers. He was killing mobsters. He carried a gun. He used to throw mobsters off of buildings. People forget about that, those days with Batman. So now he'll just beat you to a pulp and then stop before you die. So I mean, what better anti-hero can you get other than the Batman, bro? Like him and Superman were like the start of this whole. Well, Superman's the good guy all the time, and Batman is just the anti-ass kicking, not saying much tactician in the shadows. So that is my number 3. And like I said, a reminder. Now he used to kill jokers. Now remember that Batman started off killing mobsters and kidnappers and bank robbers. He was shooting them, or he throwing them off buildings in his earlier runs when they first came out. So Batman's my number 3.
Like a vigilante, he's definitely labeled a vigilante.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. Mine is going to be highly debated and probably basically amongst everybody on this panel and everybody out in the chat.
Okay, here we go.
But I stand by this because it's been proven at times on and off when he's not a homicidal maniac.
Okay.
Oh,
Sabretooth?
100%
Bet it.
Yeah.
100%.
Bet it.
He's been on both sides of the line.
Bet
Dude,
it.
he was on X-Force for a minute.
Exactly.
For a while.
Absolutely.
Bet it.
Yeah.
You can't go with the most recent run, like literally, because he is coming back and he's already back.
Yeah.
But yes.
Now, is he
Sabretooth.
still considered Logan's brother or dad? How they had that little story going where he was his father or a dad?
Well, no.
They stopped that one?
No.
Because I have it.
They X'd that
Brother,
pretty
I
much
think.
out. So
Yeah.
there's a lot because basically we found out who is the one behind both of them. But yes, Sabretooth
He's a beast,
literally
bro.
is a beast. Not only strength-wise, not only a rival to Wolverine. But this dude is a beast that will kill at will. I mean, he smells fear, literally. Like he is a beast.
What is he, 6'7", 6'6", or something like that?
Beast. Like he is
huge, bro.
Behemoth.
Yeah,
And,
he's huge.
I mean, healing factor, of course, strength,
Off the
adamantium
charts.
claws, heightened
100%
senses.
he qualifies.
He's a beast.
Exactly. Well, basically can track, I mean, come on, man. When you can track like at least 20 mutants all at once from different locations. Come on, man. Like literally. And you can smell that's how heightened.
I mean, he's one of the coolest character designs ever too. Like, man, there's nothing about him that doesn't look
that fur, bro. Like,
and that's
fur
why
and the claws,
I'm just surprised that we haven't gotten a 1/6 scale Sabretooth yet. Like literally, and that body type would have to be huge.
Yeah,
they would have to crush it with this. But yes,
like a Venom height, a little smaller than Venom.
That's one of my big hopes for when they introduce the X-Men is that we need to get a rendition with a legit Sabretooth. When Wolverine, whenever he comes in, and I'm not saying you got to rush Wolverine. Like we can play with plenty of the other X-Men. We don't have to immediately go into Wolverine, right? But when you do, man, do it right.
Sabretooth
Give
right.
us a Sabretooth that looks like this. Like, I want the comic book look. I want the fur.
The blonde hair, fur on the face.
I want it all. Yes.
He's the first superhero. He was the first villain to wear a Sherlin. That was natural.
Yep, ain't that some bullshit?
A Sherlin leather
so
with
funny,
that was natural.
That was the real shit. Yep, it was
straight
his.
up.
It was his.
Yeah, that was his, all his. But yes, I'm telling you, Max.
That's a great pick, man. Damn.
He's not just a mercenary, but he's
on the fence, bro.
He's on the fence because if need be, he's
he will
villainous,
kill your ass.
and he's a psychopath.
Anti-heroes have straddled the line, have been villains at one time or another.
Exactly.
Remember, literally, Moon Knight, his very first appearance, he was a villain.
He was a villain in Werewolf by Night 32.
Yeah,
shit.
he was
Craven the Hunter goes back and forth all the time, bro.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
So
Craven's another one.
Anti-heroes oftentimes do cross over and become villains, as my list will attest to.
Oh boy, here we go.
So
Here we go.
V, who you got next, bro?
Wait, Brendan's up next.
I'm up.
Oh
Brendan's
no,
up.
yes, that's
Brendan,
right. That's right.
yeah.
Brendan, who you got next?
Well, I feel like we've got a good roll going here with Cable, with Psylocke. You brought in Sabretooth. Let's keep it in the same realm.
Who you got now, bro? Who you got?
Fucking Magneto, man.
Oh, yeah, that he is perfect,
All
bro.
right.
Yeah.
Magneto is such a great anti-hero.
Yeah, he's perfect.
He
man.
has been one of the most formidable villains for the X-Men to face off against. But his brotherhood, his relationship with Charles Xavier, all right, and he has love for the X-Men. He has respect for them as much as he would go up against them, all right? He had respect for why Xavier chose Cyclops to be the leader of that team. He had respect for what Logan would be willing to do that other X-Men wouldn't, all right? He was never a straight villain bent on world domination. He had a code. He had things that he thought needed to be done for the betterment and the safety of the
mutant kind.
And that was his goal, and he would kill motherfuckers to do it, and he would do whatever he had to. He would make bargains with the devil, but he never lost his code. He always had a code. You may not like it, and especially if you end up on the wrong end of it, but Magneto is badass. He's one of the most powerful mutants in all of Marvel Comics.
Omega level.
And
remember that.
Yes.
Anytime you can stand up on a mountain. This it will always be a test of feet to me. Anytime you can look as though you're meditating on a mountain. You're up there and you have the power to stretch your abilities across the galaxy to bring back a bullet that one of the trustees has basically been holding down. She damn near sacrificed herself before this thing almost destroyed the planet Earth. And he brought her back. Like literally to prove his loyalty.
And Magneto has been both a villain, a foe of the X-Men,
hero.
as
He's
well
been
as
an
a
X-Men
leader
too.
of the X-Men.
Yes.
He
But he's a
has
beast.
led his own team of X-Men.
Yes.
He was mentoring the young original 6 X-Men who were time displaced, who came forward in time. He's the perfect anti-hero, all right?
Let's not forget Onslaught.
And even when he is on the more villainous side, you still fuck with him. You still dig him. He's still a character that you can get behind, that you believe that he's not a piece of shit. He's not, and it's not just like, typical greed, world domination, whatever.
Yeah, you know what he stands for, what he's doing it for.
Exactly. And to me, he is just such a great anti-hero, and he's one of the reasons why I loved reading the X books growing up.
What about when his Onslaught, when him and Charles combine? That's one hell of a combination, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as one being,
character.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
On to you, Vinny.
What you got, V?
All right. Jedi Kid did Punisher earlier, so I'm doing a audible here for my number 2, and that is somebody who I really wanted to put on the list in the first place, and that is Mr. John Constantine.
Oh man,
yeah. Constantine,
DC baby, yeah,
yeah, Constantine is pretty much like by definition anti-hero. He is a formidable magic user in DC.
The Doctor Strange in DC.
Yeah, exactly. And his moral code is non-existent. He will do
He'll have none.
whatever it takes to get what he wants. He sold his soul to 3 different devils and made them fight over who gets to cash in to prevent him from ever actually having to pay up. He is one of the smartest, most quick-witted characters in comics. He's not just he's not a Reed type of smart. He's just a clever, outsmarts you type of smart. He is he's just one of the most like diabolical heroes you'll ever see. You can't trust him as far as you can throw him. He will sacrifice you. He's a guy in the zombie apocalypse that will trip you so he can get away and justify it because he feels like he's more valuable than you because anything to keep going and to get what he wants. But he has incredible range of magic arsenal. One of the coolest things about him is we have so many instances of the typical magic use, like what we see from Strange and Dr. Fate. But Constantine, his magic is more along the lines of dark magic. We see a lot of voodoo type powers from him. And that goes along the line with the type of moral code that he has, in which case is just borderline evil and dark, occultish, and he'll sacrifice people for whatever magic spell he needs to do. He will there's so many different instances in the comics of him just deceiving people, even good people, because to him the ends justify the means. So I feel like he's the perfect person for this type of list, because he'll do whatever it takes to get the job done, and he'll screw over anybody to get what he needs, and sleep like a baby.
Well, Keanu wants to play him again too. Right? But DC keeps denying him.
I really like Matt though, man. Matt just nailed him in that show. That show on CBS was probably the most underrated superhero show I've ever seen in my life. There's so many Easter eggs on
that show too, bro.
There's so many episodes of that show that I was like, yo, this could be a movie. Like, this is incredible. That episode where, and much to my point here, where he had to sacrifice the dude and put him in basically purgatory forever to use him as a conduit for a spell that needed a sacrifice. And then when the other chick on the show realized it, and he was just like, lit up a cigarette, and that was the end of the show. There was no redemption. There was no I'm sorry. There was no him feeling bad about it. It was just like, better him than me. Better him than me.
That's John.
Oh, well, that's John. He's perfect.
Definitely. Booty butt naked. No, not booty butt naked. Jedi Kid, what you got for me, bro?
My next one is a mix of Winter Soldier and Punisher, but in the DC side of the house, and that is my man Jason Todd. Nice. Jason Todd, boy. Ever since he came back from Roz dipping his ass in that damn in the pool, Lazarus pit. In the Lazarus pit. That dude's been on on like a relentless rampage against evildoers. You could be a cat burglar and get fucked up with Jason Todd's around, bro. The only reason he even calmed down a little bit now is because of Batman. I think he is so underrated in comics. I think he needs more of not backstory, but more stories for him as a character in that Red Hood, man. Now that he's not wearing it as much, he has his face out a lot now, whatever. But man, him as Red Hood, Jason Todd is a complete Punisher, Winter Soldier hybrid of DC. Complete animal, weapons, tactician. Like he's just like Batman, but just more full speed than Batman is, man. Like as far as like, will fucking put a bullet in somebody and kill him. Like Todd is, bro, went and got all 7 boroughs, the whole 7 boroughs of Gotham's head crime lords, and put their heads in the bag and said, "Let's do it this way." Like what the hell?
Yeah.
This dude is I think one of the more underrated characters in DC, bro. I love Jason Todd, man. That's my number 2.
I agree.
He's amazing.
I definitely agree.
Bro. He's like a mutant hybrid of them too, man. I'm telling you.
Let me go because I think we had like 2 super chats. What's up? You know, we had really quick. We had DJN. What's up, guys?
Yes, sir.
$1.99 super chat. Thank you for coming through, bro. And then he actually had another one down here. We had a couple super chats. Let me see here. We got DJN with y'all.
Remember?
Yeah, y'all remember X over? Yeah.
Oh no, Armageddon. Yeah.
Those were fun.
Dark Claw was a beast, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
There were some really fun ones. That was some fun ones.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since anything like that has
SpongeBob
happened,
SquareBalls, $1.99 super chat. What do y'all think about Pennis? Okay, give me a second, cause give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
All right.
Give me a second, cause he. Oh man, you speaking
well,
before.
you are up, Lael. So
it's your turn.
Who would I be? Vinny, who would I be, bro? Who would I be if I did not? Come on, man. You know what time it is, bro. Who would I be if I did not bring up my girl, bro? If I did not basically bring up my girl. One of my favorite characters, pretty much, of all time in a short stint that she's basically been around. Not that short, but she's beast mode. Come on, man. X-23.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Oh, yeah.
You already know.
Yeah.
This is my.
I didn't mention her because of Logan. That's why I didn't mention her.
Bro.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm mentioning her because she's not Logan. She's her own. Like literally,
she is Wolverine.
She is Wolverine.
Exactly. But she ain't Logan. She's herself. X-23. I'm telling you, she is an animal. She is a beast. I love this character. I love her face. And the thing is, to be quite honest, I hate that they tamed down and took away that pheromone, bro. Because that's when she was most vicious.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, she was no nonsense at that particular point. And you had to, now this the tamed down version, but she's still on point. Toya, you know, if you was in here, you already know who it would have basically been. I don't leave Comic-Con without a X-23 piece. Like, literally, that's just how it goes down. One of my favorite characters. I'm telling you, beast. I love this character, bro. I've always loved the character since her entrance.
I had those first 10 books. I think I had the whole run.
And her story, like what I love about it is that her story, it there's a lot about her that was and still is kind of shrouded in mystery. Because still to this day, you know, we know that she's basically a clone of Wolverine. That we don't basically know. But we don't know her truest motivation at this particular point. Like literally, she's still learning herself. Yeah, and she hasn't even reached the heights of what she is and in who she is and where she could be. But I'm telling you, bro, beast mode. I love this character.
Yeah, she's dope.
Always
a much better clone than Draken.
Yes,
I hate him, bro.
Yes,
everybody.
I hate him. Dude.
I can't stand Draken.
What a waste of ink and paper.
Yes.
Oh my God, I hate that dude in the comics. Yo.
Yes.
Awful.
X-23.
X-23 is the best thing Wolverine ever got. A piece of him. Yeah.
I'm glad nobody else mentioned it because
also that little girl who played her in
Beast.
Logan,
she was an animal.
Yo, Max,
you think they're gonna bring her back? Are they gonna bring her back?
Bring her back, Max.
Bring her back. Yeah. Because if you see her now, she's well suitable for it.
Yeah,
like literally,
she's grown now. Like just let her be her. By the time X-23
but how did a little girl like that play that role?
She was so ferocious, ferocious. Her ferocity was just bananas, bro.
Yeah. Wow.
Her hopping on them dudes are just going. Oh my God.
Perfect rendition. Perfect rendition.
That scowl on her face.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah. She looked like him too, bro. It was funny as hell. They did look alike.
Yeah, man. Try telling that little girl to go to bed.
Exactly.
Shit.
Malachi Mabane, yes. Rorschach, you know, he would have been on, but he would have been like the obvious choice, honestly.
Rorschach, yeah.
But
He's another
but I agree,
like
he's
Punisher,
dope.
but
He's dope. He's
Rorschach
dope.
is
Yeah.
definitely the
yeah,
Booty
now
butt
kill you.
naked.
quintessential.
Booty butt naked.
All
What
right.
you got?
So I stepped way off the beaten path for this one. Something that I knew guaranteed none of you were going to have on your list, okay? Now, and Lael, I'm going to send you a link, all right, so you can actually see this character, because I know none of you guys are going to be super familiar.
You sending me the link?
Yeah, in 1 sec. So, this is a character, this is actually a character that originated in video games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But this franchise has spawned, the video games have spawned a massive franchise with novels and with comic books. And they've done a bunch of lines of comic books. And this is my favorite character from this franchise.
Ninjak.
So I just sent that for you, Lael, to bring up. All right, and this is actually of a statue of this character that I've got coming later this year.
Yeah, you did go way out, bro. But I'll take it. I'll take it. You did go out, but I'll take it.
I'll explain when you bring it up.
Hold up. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Give me a second. Let me
And people don't sleep on the comic books that they've done in this franchise, because and the thing is, the thing is, you could have put like Boba Fett and stuff in there, because Star Wars, like, they had a long history of comic books. Go to the second image on this one.
That's my boy.
This
from
is
Assassin's
Edward
Creed.
Kenway.
Edward Kenway. Mm-hmm.
From Assassin's Creed, specifically Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Mm-hmm.
The second picture I think that they have on there, I think is
for the statues.
Best one. Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second here.
That's a statue right there.
Yeah. This is from Assassin's Creed. All right, video game franchise, but they've done numerous comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Edward Kenway is a pirate. Okay,
yeah.
You can't get more anti-hero than a pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
And this is not Pirates of the Caribbean pirates.
No, this is gangster pirates.
This is bad. Now that one right there, that's the thing. That again, I have this statue coming later this year, man. I can't wait.
That's awesome.
Beautiful. All right, LED lights up and like the blue parts back there. It's gonna be phenomenal.
That's cool, man.
Edward Kenway is a pirate who happens into the Assassin's Brotherhood, basically because he killed a guy that he ran into that was part of the Brotherhood, and took his clothes in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of fell into their world, and then actually ended up joining. But the Assassins, all the way back, you starting in the franchise with the Altair, right? These are guys who kill, like, that's what they do, is they kill, okay? Because they think that they are correcting the course and making the world better by killing people who are a threat to free will, okay? These guys, and Kenway goes from being a pirate who, again, anti-hero, is out for himself, is not like a malicious like villain, but he's a guy who's gonna break the rules, break the law, do what he has to do for himself.
He helps some of the slaves
comes
too.
Into the Assassin Brotherhood, where now he's killing with a purpose.
Yeah,
but it's not like, this is not sunshine and rainbows. This is a very, very good, and you see Blackbeard and other, famous kind of pirates.
That story mode is awesome
lore,
on that game.
Right? It absolutely is. So this is a guy who very much fits the bill of the anti-hero, and I love this one. Again, I didn't think anybody else was going to have this, and this is a franchise that started in games, but crossed over, just like Star Wars starts in films, crosses over into comic books, and we've got some great Star Wars comic books over the last 40 years. And
what company's making those comics for the Assassin's Creed? Is it like a Dark Horse?
I think Dark Horse had it originally, and then the license went to somebody else. I don't remember who has it right now.
Okay.
But you can find all of them on like Comixology and stuff.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 4 is my favorite game in the entire franchise, just from a story perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And this character is so rich as Edward Kenway and is such a perfect anti-hero as a pirate and an assassin that I absolutely love this character, was mesmerized by him, voiced by the same actor who played John Constantine in the Arrowverse, and then the original Constantine show before that was canceled. Really, really fun character. And, I mean, come on, who doesn't love fucking pirates, man?
True.
So that's
somehow
the fourth one on my list.
Somehow I knew. I didn't know how I knew, but somehow I knew one of these characters was going to come up. Rightfully so.
From Assassin's Creed?
Yep.
Absolutely, man. You could pick a bunch of different characters from it, just given the fact that of they're assassins and what they're all about. But this guy specifically being a pirate, and again, like I love like cool like badass pirate lore. I love like Black Sails. It's one of my all-time favorite shows on Stars. If you haven't watched that, check that out. That is the best pirate depiction,
just like the game, though.
Film, TV, that you will find. This is not Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean, which I have nothing against. I enjoyed Pirates of the Caribbean, but this is like
no jokey joke.
This is like Justified and Oz and The Sopranos and Pirates all wrapped
up in one.
Yeah,
right. It's brutal. It's visceral. It's fun. It's just amazing. It's actually a prequel to Treasure Island. So check out Black Sails if you haven't watched that. There are 4 seasons of it. It was phenomenal. And Edward Kenway, Black Flag.
Got you.
Nice.
That was a nice pick. What's up? Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. V, you at your number 1, right?
My number 1, my numero uno.
You at your numero uno.
My number 1 is Preacher, Jesse Custer.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
Nice.
Jesse Custer
good.
is Jesse Custer is a preacher, a man of the cloth, and he spends nearly 66 issues chasing down God to kick his ass. I mean, along the way, he uses what he's inhabited by is the Genesis, and that gives him the voice of God. And along the way, anybody who gets in his way, he uses the word of God, which and compels whoever hears him to do whatever he says. And this is someone who is a former criminal, who's robbed banks, who's hurt people, who's extorted people, who's, will kick anyone who gets in the way's ass. And he has made people, go F themselves, literally go F themselves. Use your imagination as graphically as you think it might be portrayed. That's what you see in the book. Count sand on a beach. And think about the logistics of that. He literally, this during pretty much the course of the book, this dude is on the beach counting grains of sand for the rest of his life until he dies because he's compelled to. He is an amazing character, an amazing cast in this book. The show on AMC was incredible. It stuck to the story far more than I thought it would. I thought they'd be too chicken shit to do a story that was that blasphemous. But Garth Ennis, who we all know from The Boys and from the Punisher famous runs in Marvel, and amazing, beautiful, clean artwork from Steve Dillon, rest in peace. This is one of my favorite characters, my favorite books of all time. Probably around the late 90s, I got kind of burnt out with comics. And it was about 2 years I didn't even get pulls. I didn't collect. I didn't read. I didn't do anything. Bendis's Ultimate Spider-Man and Garth Ennis's Preacher brought me back. And I just fell in love with Preacher. The book was so different, so incredible, so amazing. And it was like, it opened my eyes up that there's so much, different stuff. And I started getting into indie books more. And then other big companies started adapting the more like cutting edge, edgy type of books that Vertigo and Image and other indie comics were doing. And Preacher is, if you like the show, you will love it. You love the book. Saint of Killers was phenomenal in it, but Jesse Custer is again the epitome of anti-hero to me, because he's literally supposed to be a hero, man of the cloth, supposed to be a preacher, and he uses the voice of God to go on a quest with his friends and chase down God for abandoning his post, and he plans to kick his ass and make him go back to work. It sounds as sane as it sounds, it's even crazier when you read the book. But he uses the powers that he has from an angel and a demon having sex and creating a mystical baby that is a force of God that he inhabits, and uses it to, with very little moral code on his quest. So that's my number one, Preacher. If you have never read The Preacher, it's only 66 issues. It's finite, and it's an amazing read. It's one of the most incredible, easiest, smoothest, funnest reads you'll ever read.
His run is done.
There was only 66 issues back in the early 2000s. And then they adapted it on AMC, and then there was, I think, 3 seasons of that show. So if you like the show, get the books. If you like the books, check out the show. Vice versa, I check out both because both are incredible.
Did AMC do it justice?
Oh yeah. At first I was like, there's no way they're gonna have. There's no way they're gonna have what happens in that book on the show, and just the premise alone, like an angel and a demon. Have a forbidden love and have a baby, and that baby escapes heaven, and because of the blasphemy of an angel and a demon having sex, God is pissed off, and he's like, oh, y'all don't want to listen to me, y'all gonna do this, fuck it, I'm out. And God literally just goes to earth and goes on vacation, and heaven is left with no one on the throne. So the angel, so the baby of the angel and the demon basically flees heaven and goes into Jesse Custer. And once that happens, he could be like, Jason, jump out the window, and you have no choice but to jump out the window. You have no choice.
The power and influence. I gotta get that. I gotta watch that.
It's phenomenal. It's really incredible. And then there's a character on there called Saint of Killers, who has a different motivation for going after the devil and God. And it's one of those things where not the violence or the sex or the language is what I didn't think would keep the show from doing it justice. I didn't think the religious aspects would play out on TV. I figured they would twist it, put a twist on it, so that way people didn't lose their minds. But and then on top of that, Seth Rogen was in charge of the show, developing it for television. And I'm like, Seth Rogen, this is gonna be just like he's gonna make a mockery of it. And nah, he's actually a comic book fan, and he loved it, and gave it about as justifiable representation on TV as he possibly could. It was incredible. The show is dope.
Was.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
Yeah, definitely.
Real
check
quick
it out.
Before we go to you, Jason.
Thank you, Joe. 4 seasons.
With the $1.99 Spectre, in DC, maybe you mentioned him. No, haven't. So you know what I mean. I kind of kept him clear. But yes, Spectre is another one to be mentioned.
Spectre's a weird one. He's on the fence too.
Yeah,
it's
definitely on the
fence.
Consider
him hero or a villain. So it's not
hero
really
or
villain.
Like
he's
like
above everybody.
Dr. Fate, like a Dr. Fate.
He's
type.
definitely above everybody and only has his best interests in mind.
It's kind of considering like a celestial, a hero or a villain.
You can't.
They don't really fall under either category.
Yeah, they don't, because he doesn't make the choices that humanity would make, because he's not seeing from humanity's perspective. Yeah, it's not, and you can't really fault him for that, because he has no touch with humanity in that aspect. He just sees if things are according to a line, so it is what it is. Jason, who you got, bro?
Black Adam.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody even mentioned him at all.
Because I think of him as an anti-villain more than an anti-hero. And some of the picks I would have picked weren't because of that reason. Because I kind of went people you think of as a hero, but it's really more a villain. Otherwise, I probably would have had him too.
I think Black Adam is a definitely anti-hero, man. I think he flakes on both sides of the fence. His evil deeds, I think they have there's
it's like a moral code,
when
it comes to his
there's
people.
Something behind him.
Yeah,
he doesn't just do evil things because I think he can or he wants to. Like, I don't know. I would keep my eye on him. Definitely, if he was on my squad, I would keep my eye on him. You know what I mean? But I think that he's one that plays defense as well. He's been on both sides, but even when he's been bad, completely bad, I think it's something behind those motives.
Yeah.
It's not always distinctly I'm an evil jackass and I want you to die because of just because. I think it's because you may have wronged him somehow, or something happened, or you're on his path and he got to get you out the way. You know, he's one of those kind of anti guys that I think that's definitely should have been on these lists tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
He's a dope pick.
He's definitely a dope pick. All right, so I'm gonna actually go with like I said, this was, I kind of fought with this one, but I want to kind of keep it in the vein of, you know, what I know about this character, especially because she's super arrogant, super sexy, but she's basically a powerhouse who gives 0 Fs in a sense. But, you know, again, one who, you know, she looks at humanity as being beneath, but she always has. And that's what makes her super arrogant. But a character that, you know, I just for some reason I'm drawn to because basically how she is, you know, in general. But I would actually say here, give me real quick. Let me put this up real quick. If I can bring her up here. Monet St. Croix.
Okay.
M.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about her, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm pulling like people like. Yo,
she was on like the
now when you say
logo.
penance, because somebody brought. That's why I was like, hold up.
Yeah,
because basically she was both Penance and you know Monet, especially when she was basically introduced originally. But yeah, Monet is she's the Marvel female version of Supergirl or you know, because she's like perfect by you know, sometimes overly perfect. Just because
she don't get enough love though.
She don't get enough love
in Marvel.
She don't get enough love.
She's like freaking Wonder Woman, bro.
And she's not as utilized as she should be. Now, if you're currently reading, like if you're reading the issues of, you know, Powers of him, you know, Powers of X, House of X, like she flows around through times, and when needs be, you know, they give her some shine. But yeah, I picked her because, like I said, I mean, literally, she's a beast. Yeah, I mean, she's a beast. Anytime you can basically punch the Hawk from Queens to Brooklyn in one spot, one hit. Like literally, like it's nothing. And that's because, like I said, I mean, she's almost on the same lines as the Gladiator, where her will, you know, and if she believes that she can do it, like she has strong will. Her arrogance, like if you can take away her arrogance, and she's
Gladiator would have been another dope one.
Exactly, and it was the dope storyline is because if you remember,
the blue face Superman.
Actually, you know, Strong Guy was basically fighting for her love at one point. You know what I mean? Her and Strong Guy have constantly had, you know what I mean? And she just gives 0 F's about it, but he just continues, you know, on. But, I mean, it's just like what she demonstrates, her feats, like, I mean, as far as, you know, strength, intelligence, you know, flight, anything she can conjure up and anything she can think of, she can do. You know, literally, that's you know, who she is. But, again, who gives 0 F's for humanity. Like literally, she'll only save unless it's necessary. You know what I mean? But and she's so that's definitely was, you know, my pick. And again, I wanted to kind of go outside the box and just pick characters that, you know, people wouldn't really know about. But
she's one that's dope that don't get enough love, man. Like I don't know. I think she needs to be more mainstream, man. Like her character
definitely doesn't get enough love. Definitely. And then basically we have here SpongeBob SquareBall's balls. Any thoughts about Kachu from Strangers in Paradise?
Bless you. I'm not up on Strangers in Paradise.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah. Let me see another from Square Balls. He said, I was talking about Speedball becoming Penance after he was responsible for killing a bunch of people and then went to jail. Yeah, that's
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You're absolutely
No,
right.
I'm
You're
surprised we
absolutely
didn't
right.
say Gladiator. Nobody say Gladiator for real, for real. Like that's
Yeah,
one dude
now that you
that
brought up
is.
Gladiator,
I would have said, but he was my
yeah.
honorable mention. But the thing is, the reason why I didn't, because I don't consider him an anti-hero.
If you say
Because
Melandra's name wrong, you might get killed.
yeah, and that's the thing is,
Yeah, but that's
Gladiator,
just temperamental.
he basically
Yeah,
Yeah,
fights.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, true. But he's a
yeah,
beast, bro.
and he's currently
A
the
blue
king of the Shi'ar.
Superman with a mohawk. That's
Exactly.
what he is.
And because of will, like he went,
Yeah.
like literally his force of will. That's what his strength lies from, his force of will. Toe to toe with Nova. I mean, I'm not Vulcan. He went toe to toe with
Yeah.
Vulcan. He went toe to toe with the Hawk. He went toe to toe with any powerhouse that you know. Even toe to
He
toe.
knocked the Hulk out a few times.
Yeah,
bro.
he
It's
knocked
not
him out a couple times.
Yeah, he knocked him out a few times, bro.
One and the one person who literally at one point fought the Silver Surfer to a standstill.
Yeah.
Like, and
That's
the only
true.
reason why Surfer gave up was out of respect. You know what I mean? So yeah, like, come on, man. Gladiator's a beast. Another character I would actually want to see.
But see,
So surprised that now my honorable mention, Vinny. You know who that was.
oh
you know,
boy,
you know what my honorable mention was, right? Think about it.
oh boy.
We're gonna see him soon. We're gonna see him
No,
soon.
I don't
No,
know.
I'm talking
You don't know?
Morbius.
No. Come
No,
on, Vinny.
because I'm surprised you didn't say Morbius.
I know.
Nobody
I know
said
as soon as you say it,
Morbius.
I'll be like,
Nobody
oh.
said
Vinny,
Gladiator.
come on. You know who I want to see. Come on, bro. Who we should have seen in Infinity War. Who we should have seen in Endgame. You already know.
You consider him anti-hero?
Yes, I do.
Who?
Yes, I do.
He's
Yes,
talking
I
about
do.
Warlock.
Adam Warlock is an anti-hero.
Oh, they're saving him for freaking Gladiator.
He
He should
is.
be in
He's an
Gladiator too, though, bro.
anti-hero, bro. Literally,
yeah.
he is.
He
He
is.
is. Because we gotten so many amalgamations of this character.
The man
You know
wore
what I
a
mean?
gauntlet.
Yeah.
The man wore
Exactly.
a
I mean, like
gauntlet with
Magus
ease.
is like his. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He wore the Infinity Gauntlet with ease, bro.
Adam, and the thing
So-
is, it's like straight up, bro. Like, it's literally, he's another character who will only do things that suits his cause.
Mhm.
If he doesn't deem it a worthy cause,
And he don't give a fuck.
back in Cocoon he goes and doesn't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah,
So
he ain't human. He don't give a fuck about us.
he don't give a
Nah,
shit.
he don't
Like
care,
literally.
no.
He only save unless basically if his power is involved, then yes.
That's fair.
And like I said, you put him, and it's weird. I told you this. Him and Doctor Strange in one spot, and it's over.
Oh man,
It's literally over.
Yeah.
For some reason, like I said, each power supersedes each other. Like, and that's
I
literally
hope they introduce him in Multiverse of Madness.
yes.
Something, bro. Like we need
Who?
some. We
Who,
need
Adam?
some. Adam Warlock. Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna be
probably
in
won't see him.
Yeah, he's gonna see in Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, never mind. I'm
Guardians
gonna.
three.
I'll just
Probably.
let that
Well,
go.
we need Gladiator too, bro. He's in that Guardians of the Galaxy universe too. Like it should have been
Yeah.
pulled him up somewhere too, bro.
Yeah.
Well, before I reveal my number one, I just want to say I really like the fact that we strayed from the beaten path on this. That there, because there are a lot of quintessential anti-heroes like Ghost Rider, like
Oh, nobody called Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
Damn.
Ghost Rider could have been in here.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
Deadshot.
Yeah, Deadshot is another one.
Harley,
Yeah.
and other members of the Suicide
Nobody
Squad.
said Harley. Wow.
Hey, even Deathlock.
That's a
Deathlock,
Deathlock.
yep, absolutely.
Oh man, classic, bro.
There are a lot of other
Marvel Cyborg.
the ones that you immediately gravitate toward, because when you say
Yeah.
anti-hero, most people immediately think, all right, Frank
Punisher.
Castle, Logan,
Deadpool.
Ghost Rider, stuff like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
So we strayed from those.
Yep.
Yeah.
We didn't mention Deadpool either.
Deadpool,
Yeah.
I mean, and I went with Cable. It was like Deadpool
Yeah.
adjacent.
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
But I think that this was really good because I think it exposed people to a lot of other characters they
New
weren't
shit.
expecting, and we didn't all have the same lists. Like we didn't all have
Yeah.
Logan, Frank Castle, Ghost Rider. Like,
I hope people did their homework on
specifically wanted to
Hyperion,
avoid
bro.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
being
also
said,
read
I was-
Gary Franken, Straczynski's Supreme Squadron. One of the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
Yes.
I was
Supreme
gonna- I gotta
Squadron
tell you,
Hyperion. Jesus Christ.
I was gonna be pissed if anybody stole this last one.
Oh
I was
boy.
gonna be pissed.
Who
Oh,
was it,
boy.
bro?
Who
Who
I
is it?
mean, come on. I don't know how you don't already know.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, Electra.
Yeah.
Nobody
Like,
said her.
come on.
I said it. I thought you was gonna say it.
I knew Brendan was going to say
Brendan would say
Elektra
I knew it.
Electra.
He
or
sold the
Echo.
book earlier, so
Hands
it's like, come
down.
on,
You
man.
said something about her
Elektra.
earlier, and I'm like, oh, he didn't say it.
Well, we were talking
I
about in
whispered it.
relation to like Daredevil and
You
the
rewind it.
books
You'll
right
hear
now,
me
but,
say
like,
you were about to say Electra. Hope you didn't say Electra.
Electra.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, she's a beast, bro.
Now, Electra is just, again, a perfect anti-hero. Okay?
Mhm.
She has fought with, and led the Hand. Okay? She's fought against Matt Murdock and with him. She's fought against Kingpin and Bullseye and Lady
And
Bullseye
Misty.
and
Misty
Typhoid.
too.
And all of these characters, she's fought
Typhoid
against
Mary.
Misty Knight and Colleen Wing. She has fought Spider-Man. She's fought the Avengers. Okay, she is
Punisher too.
the definition of badass. Like if I wanted to take two female characters and pair them up and make them the most lethal combo to headline a book in the comics, it would be taking Elektra and Psylocke and putting them together. Okay?
Yeah.
I absolutely everybody knows I'm a diehard Daredevil fan. Okay, right here, diehard Daredevil fan, and Elektra is such a rich character. The stuff that they're pulling out right now, that we're getting more backstory on her, that reveals things that we did not know before about her relationship with the Hand and with Matt, and however this is playing out right now, the struggle that she's going through, being Daredevil, right, and having to abide by and honor Matt's code and not kill. And she's pissed while she's doing it because she's like these cowards who just throw sticks and sling webs and won't do what's needed to be done that I could do right now. But she holds back from doing it. But she's done that stuff before. I mean, read this Elektra Black, White, and Red. And again, it's just black and white, but then just splashed with red for the blood on every frame. It's crazy. She is badass. She is vicious. She will kill, and she will do it efficiently, and she will do it violently. But she does have a code, and that is one of the cornerstones of my picks tonight. Has been people who have a code, and their code does not preclude; it actually includes killing for the right reasons, and they recognize that they're going to be judged for that, and they're willing to take that on. They'd rather be judged for killing and getting the job done than be judged for not getting the job done and seeing what happens after because they didn't act or because they didn't act harshly enough. And that is a big, big element of anti-heroes for me, and the character of Elektra, and just the emotional roller coaster that you go on with that character when you read the books with her and Daredevil and their relationship, when you read about her relationship with Stick and how that impacted her. Most people only think about Stick and Daredevil.
And
but
Daredevil,
Stick trained her, and you think about that really, really tumultuous relationship she has with Stick, her relationship with the Hand, and hating the Hand, but then also realizing that she still subscribes to a lot of the methodologies,
their beliefs, a lot of
the
beliefs and stuff like that. Yeah.
would hold, right? So there's so much there that makes her the perfect kind of tortured, conflicted anti-hero. And I always enjoy reading books that feature Elektra. And I hope there's a lot more coming in the next year with the storylines that we're seeing unfold right now. But yeah, hands down, she's my Marvel she's my comic book anti-hero.
She's one that I love that Marvel has put her in a cocoon and brought her back out to what she is now. Like Elektra has spawned, bro. Like she is way
now
more
in the book,
than
she's
what she is
flourishing.
now.
She's
I see what you did
really
there.
a great dynamic character.
Yeah.
An
in the books
amazing,
right now.
yeah.
And what is to come, and I'm hoping that that's indicative of what Marvel hopes to do moving forward with Daredevil and Elektra. Because the other thing too is, remember, in the MCU, we've seen Matt Murdock now, played by Charlie Cox, but there's nothing that says definitively that that's the same Charlie Cox / Daredevil that we saw on Netflix. It could just be...
Oh, they're going to do a multiverse thing?
Well, no, but they don't have to go crazy. They could just... But that's what I'm saying. They could reintroduce a new Elektra and do a new storyline like that.
I want the one from
Because they
Netflix.
say,
I want that one too.
Another multiverse.
She was amazing.
I think she survived, man. That
right, no, but that's what I'm saying. So they have
Avalanche.
options. They could bring her back, or they could start completely fresh with a brand new Elektra.
Elodie Young, she was amazing.
She was great.
She was
yeah.
dope as
But
Elektra,
they
bro.
have those options that are available to them, because while we saw Charlie Cox, there's nothing to say that wasn't just this MCU's universe version of Matt Murdock played by Charlie Cox. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I'm
Yeah,
not saying that that's
But
what they're doing. I'm
Kingpin said
saying
he's the
that-
same Kingpin.
But see, yeah, D'Onofrio said that, but Marvel didn't. And so
No, right.
Yeah.
That's
You know
what I'm saying.
I mean?
Marvel hasn't said one way or another. They just
Yeah,
said that Charlie
so I think
Cox
that door
is their Daredevil.
right. I think
So
the
we
door
don't
is still
know
open. Yeah.
if it's the Netflix version or if it's just going to be we're taking the same actor,
I hope
but
it's
it's
a
going to be
Netflix
our
version, man.
So
It
you
could
think?
be
Do you
one
think
or
they
the
can
other.
bring her back?
Yeah, she didn't
Potentially.
die.
Now,
They didn't show her die.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
now the thing is, if you're bringing her back, then you do have the baggage of the stories that have already been told with her. So that does limit certain things. Like, for example, you can't do the death of Elektra with, with like Bullseye or something like that, and because you've already tread
Done
that
that, yeah.
land.
I
I'm not
say
saying
I
that
wouldn't
they
mind
have
if they
to.
did
I'm
though.
just-
I wouldn't mind if they did.
I would
if they
want
kept
to see them both
if they kept
back.
the same actor, if they kept the same
Elektra and
actors, and
Bullseye?
then did some
Man, that'd be
stories where
crazy.
sometimes they retold something, I wouldn't
Yeah.
even mind.
It's
I wouldn't even
possible,
mind.
That'd be
and
crazy
and
in the
if they do,
MCU,
then
bro.
that's fine. But you also remember we got a very specific version of the Hand already with her and in the Defenders show and the Daredevil show. So if they have certain designs on certain storylines from the comics that involved her and involved the Hand, they have to navigate those waters. If they, rather, they could just start new but with the same actors and say this is this universe's version of them,
Right.
and then they've got a fresh take on the Hand. If they don't do that, and then that's fine, but then they're working within the confines of what has already been created in the lore on Netflix as far as the Hand and her relationship with them.
If they don't keep her, I
Well-
hope they keep someone who looks exactly like her.
Yeah,
Because unlike
she was-
Jennifer,
she was
she
awesome,
looked
bro.
Greek, she looked ethnic, she
Yep.
looked how she exactly
Yes.
like Frank Miller drew her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
was
great. I
perfect on
absolutely
Netflix,
loved her
man.
in the role. I mean, look, I think there are big upsides to both ways of doing it. Whether they completely say, okay, well, that was the Netflix version. We've got the same actors, but it's now our
Right,
version
it's now-
of Matt Murdock and
I just
and
wanted to
Elektra
have
and the
somewhat-
Hand. Or if they go with what happened on Netflix as canon within the MCU. Either one has its upsides. It's just a matter of how they handle it.
Just to be
Yeah,
somewhat fluid with the characters.
It's a
bro.
slippery slope there because you don't want to be like, oh yeah, like that stuff happened in the Netflix show, and then you're referencing something you don't own, and I'm sure they want
Yeah.
to avoid that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
I could see them leaving a lot of stuff mysterious with these Netflix supported characters for that reason.
But I can also guarantee the fact that they brought Vincent D'Onofrio in on Hawkeye, the fact that they brought Charlie Cox in on No Way Home, it means that whatever they're doing,
We're
they're
gonna
not-
have a Daredevil.
They're not. It's not a half-baked idea. They've been planning this,
Oh,
and
hell
they've
yeah.
got a roadmap. That's why they're bringing in characters like Echo, right? Like they've got a roadmap for what they're gonna do.
And
we
how
just
they're
don't
gonna
know
bring it
what
all
it is
together.
yet.
She's gonna be out. She's out there somewhere, bro. I think they're gonna do something with that character, bring her back, bro. Because she didn't.
You can't
They didn't show
bring
her
him
die.
in and not bring her.
Yeah, they didn't
off
show her
at
die.
some point. Yeah,
Bullseye's in jail. You know, these they gotta bring them two back.
I would find it really
Elektra and
interesting
Echo.
if they take I would find it really
What?
interesting if they take things different.
Electra and Echo would be bananas.
If they
Like
go
imagine
head-to-head.
if they keep the same actor for Electra and Daredevil, blah blah blah, but then they do different things too. Like what if we see a Bullseye in his Marvel costume?
Oh,
Well, if you're gonna bring Bullseye in, yes, I want that.
you gotta have Electra, bro. Yeah.
Just do it. Come on, just.
I mean, because obviously, when they did the movie, they tried to like get away from
The
it being
whole
silly
tattoo,
by
that
doing
was
the
silly,
scar
bro.
on his forehead.
Yeah, that was
and
silly.
then they try to get away from it being silly by him being just like a marksman,
Daredevil
kind of
impersonator,
like
right?
Hawkeye was in the comics, where everything in his hands a weapon. But I'm sure we're all on the same page of we love it when Marvel or DC isn't embarrassed to be a comic book company.
What's in
just
the books.
give him the suit. If he's going around stabbing and killing people,
he's
it
a
won't
psycho.
matter.
So there's nothing.
Crazy
ass suit.
It just goes
do
with
it. Like,
I mean, if we can have a talkie tree, we can have somebody with a bullseye costume on his forehead.
We all know Bullseye's a psychopath, so let him wear the freaking suit.
It makes
like
sense that he would, especially if
be
crazy enough to wear something
like
like
X-Men. Like if we want those classic suits, we don't want them all wearing black leather flight suits.
I want them
I
going in a direction.
Bro.
Right. I want them going in a direction where
embrace the comic books.
Yeah. I want them going in a direction where they're not afraid to like just play with their toys. Like give us Bullseye's costume. Give us Wolverine with the brown and orange or the yellow and blue, whatever. But don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Lean into the comics.
If they would have embraced those classic costumes and just did a little updating but keep the color scheme and everything, people would embrace those X-Men movies a lot more because they stayed true to the source material. Yeah. When you go out and put everybody in a fucking motorcycle suit like they're in a motorcycle gang, it's like, come on, bro. Like, that was lame to me, bro.
And you don't have to have every suit be like dudes wearing their underwear on the outside of the suit, right? Like, you can update certain things.
Just scheme,
to
bro.
keep the classic feel, I think. At this point. Like, we need that. Like, perfect example, though, was on Hawkeye. I felt like the suits that they broke out at the end, they felt
it's tweaked it right.
There was a modern take,
did their thing,
but
bro.
you didn't lose the classic nature of what we've been reading for years. So and that's why I'm kind of hopeful. As much as I liked the red suit that they had for Netflix, I'm kind of hoping we get a whole new suit for Daredevil when we see him in the MCU.
We'll have a new suit too.
Maybe black and red, hopefully with the black and red with the
the
black
like stuff
red,
that is more akin
with the hand.
to the comic books, like these statues here, like that. I want to see that kind of stuff. Hopefully, we'll get it. But yeah, I mean, the funny thing, I mean, I want to see all the characters that we just talked about tonight in some shape, form, or another. In the MCU, in DC, and like that, the anti-heroes, man, they really bring so much to the table. And we've got a couple, like we've got Deadpool and stuff, and we saw Cable in Deadpool 2, and
Black Adam coming.
Brolin, but I want the big beefy motherfucker. I want the classic Cable, right? I want I mean, like there's that statue that that XM did, I think recently with Cable and Hope, and you look at like the bearded one, and I was like, holy shit, they used the Terminator. That's Arnie. They that was Arnold's fucking portrait that they used for that, and I was like, but it looked good. The gray beard, like the eye. Like I want that. I want a big beefy sumbitch.
We need that though, bro. Especially for somebody like Cable, bro.
Brolin did good. Want Strife, and I want Strife to be big and imposing.
He got to be bigger than life.
Song.
I love looking at everybody's list tonight and going down the list and just imagining a team with the people that each person picked, like a Suicide Squad or Thunderbolts type team, because everybody's team would be just like deadly.
I think I might win.
Think about it. Moon Knight, Psylocke, Elektra,
and Black Adam.
Right? You got Black Adam, like you got Logan, you got X-23, you got all of these characters, man. If you put all these characters in, like Cable in the mix, Magneto, all these guys,
Lobo,
that's some crazy shit. Yeah, Lobo. I mean, come on, that like those teams right there. That's like. Think about just a team of anti-heroes. That's like, which I mean, essentially was what X-Force was meant to be.
Thunderbolts,
which spun out of New Mutants and out of the whole Executioner's song.
Right.
I mean, X-Force, the whole point of that was him putting together a team to kill his clone. right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, X-Force is the perfect example. And then you look at the iterations that we've had, like led by Logan, where then you've got Domino, right? And you've got Sabretooth, and even Lady Deathstrike at one point. Like,
Yeah.
so...
And then
you know,
that
the
branch teams like
anti-heroes-
Authority and teams
Mhm.
like that. It's like
I love how
there's
No, I'm just saying, but I love how in the book where with Strife, how they held that back, that he was his clone, his brother, like for a minute, like issue 6, I think it was.
Yep.
When they revealed it, I'm like, yo, that's freaking Cable again. That's his fucking clone.
Yeah.
It's awesome, bro. They had to do that in live action, bro. Something like that, bro. But we need like you said, a big guy. Josh Brolin did great, but we need a big dude.
He was good in the role. I enjoyed his take on Cable. I'm just saying, I want a big son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I want that, like, because you got to remember. So Cable, the character was first introduced when he was born as the son of
Jean and
Cyclops
Scott.
Madeline Pryor, right? Who Jean's clone, and then
taken into the future because of the legacy virus.
Right. So Sinister basically thought that he would be the child of those two
Messiah
would be able to
coming,
kill Apocalypse. And then, Apocalypse poisons him with the techno-organic virus. They take him to the future where he, can survive. He comes back.
With
right
the
now he's dealing
Ascani,
with Strife,
the Ascani tribe.
So all of that stuff. But he is... If you look, and then when he comes back as a fully grown adult as Cable, and he's coming back from the future, and now he's just dropping bodies, and he's doing what he's got to do to deal with Strife and to deal with Apocalypse. You got to remember though, that he was first introduced in '86, but he got his name as Cable in like '90 and
90 something, 97, I think it was.
Flourished, and then teamed up with Deadpool and stuff like that. But that's when he was introduced as a big, but he was the quintessential '80s, '90s action hero.
Right.
He had no neck.
He
had no neck when he first came
was
out.
supposed to be Stallone as like Rambo.
Right.
He was supposed to be the big, crazy, muscular dude.
Yeah.
Gristled, and he
With
was
the
supposed
metal
to have
arm
big
in the eye.
guns, right? Big guns and just blowing bad motherfuckers away, right?
Yeah.
That was he was supposed to be the '80s, '90s action hero in comic book form.
Right.
And so that's a version of him that I would like to see. As good as Josh Brolin is, I want to see something like that with him.
I still have the first run.
I'm
also
on the
wanna see
fence. I'm
Cyclops
definitely
done
on the
right.
fence though, because I probably was in the minority that did not like Josh Brolin as Cable at all.
I initially wanted Stephen Lang. Like when I seen
Yeah.
Don't Breathe, I was like, "That's fucking Cable."
Yeah. Oh shit.
You see
Yeah.
Don't Breathe, Jason? Yo, that was
Yeah.
Cable. I was like, "Yo, give him a glass shining eye, and that's
Give
Cable."
him some more muscle milk. Just like get him on
Yeah.
the road.
When I
get him
saw
on a
him
couple
in
cycles.
freaking
get him
Avatar,
bigger,
he's
put
acting
the
like
face-
Cable, bro.
Yeah.
And
in
he
Avatar.
looked so angry and mean.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's."
But he
that's
looks
Cable.
like Cable. If I read the comments, you can hear his voice
Yeah.
as Cable.
Yeah.
And he taller than Brolin. He's taller than
He's
Brolin
tall,
too, right?
too.
Yeah,
he's
he's definitely
like-
taller
Well, the
than
whole
Brolin.
thing of
3 or
Cable,
something like that.
Cable is supposed to be like that
Big,
joke
beefy,
from Bad Boys
old
2
dude.
is like when
Yeah,
Martin
yeah.
Lawrence is saying, to Will Smith, is like,
the wrestler.
you a big, bulky motherfucker, like you can't even wipe your own ass because your
Right.
arms are too big. Like that's
Yeah,
supposed
what
to
the
be
hell's his
Cable.
name?
He's supposed to be
And see, that's why I
jacked.
basically one of the biggest reasons why I did
can't
not
think of his
like this version that Josh Brolin portrayed was that people
He's
have
too
to
small.
understand. Well, not even just that. Not even basically about the size, because the size to me, okay, cool, that's one thing, but I know that that's what we want. But I'm talking about just the attributes of the character when it comes to power scale. Also, how tortured he is as a character. Number one.
Yeah.
The dude is like literally using his telekinesis to keep that techno organic virus from killing him, from reaching the other half of his body. They never touched on that. They never touched on his telekinesis. They never touched. They just mainly dealt with what we see as like more so a Terminator type of character. So they missed the plot when it
Just
came
used
to
a
that
bunch of
character,
guns
and that's
and
what I
shit.
hated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just used a bunch of
And I'm
guns.
like, yo,
That
come
stuff
on.
they
I
have
think
to-
they
they have
did
to
so
clean that
much
up.
more than
because
that.
Yeah,
they just
yeah,
wanted the focus to be all on
yeah.
Deadpool, so
On
they weren't getting
Deadpool,
into that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, that is a big. I mean, not only that, it's not. He's gotten so powerful though. He's gotten to the point where he has to use very little effort to actually suppress a techno-organic virus. That's how powerful his telekinesis and all of his other powers have become. He doesn't have to put that much effort into it, right? So there's a lot of power
he's
there. He is a
5'10"?
powerful son
Yeah,
of a
thanks for that,
bitch.
K. Carter.
Damn, I thought he was
So-
taller than that. Oh
Nah, he's only
shit.
5'10".
So yeah, there's a lot to explore with Cable, and I'm really hoping that they do it. But the thing is, in order to do that really right, in order
He needs
to
a
do it
standalone
justice,
movie, man.
they first need to get his parents right. They've
Yep.
got to get Cyclops, and if you're not going to go down the whole
Cyclops and
Madeline
Jean.
Pryor route, because that'll take
Yeah.
a really long time, I get that.
It'll
but
be
you gotta
Jean.
and it's just going to be Jean, then that's fine.
Mhm.
But you got to get them right. And I love Famke Janssen. Okay, I actually really, really like her. They just didn't do the Phoenix the right way, and they didn't do Jean Grey the right way in those 5.
Yeah, that whole Phoenix was like
Especially
5
the
minutes of
third
Phoenix.
You know
Like,
what,
eh.
though?
But they've
Honestly,
never given Cyclops his due, and that hurt.
She was
In no
dope as
movie.
Jean. She was
In
dope
none
as
of the
Jean. They
movies,
just
bro.
fucked up the Phoenix.
but you know
Yeah,
what? Listen,
yes,
listen,
yeah.
real quick though. I would love right now, literally, if they did and once they do a rehash, I would love for us to get Madeline Pryor first before we get Jean. Literally, and just hear me out. And the reason why I say that is because number one, we know that Madeline Pryor is a clone. We know who she is. We know what she.
Yeah.
She's a clone of Jean Grey, but at the
Yeah.
same time, just have it to whereas she's a clone that knows who she is. She knows what her objective, but she's also been programmed for us to believe that it's actually Jean Grey because she's been playing it to get next to Scott. And then reveal that Jean Grey is the real Jean Grey is out there. So I wouldn't mind something like that because then we would get that
My only thing
storyline.
with that though is I feel like you have to have the weight of knowing who Jean Grey is and building the relationship with.
And you
Scott.
can.
You got to
can
show
do
that
it.
in the movie, though.
You can do it a
Before
certain
bring in
way.
Madeline Pryor though, like
You
if
can-
you start with Madeline Pryor, then there's not as big of a.
You have to
oh my
explain
God,
that for people that don't know
that's
the
a
comics.
clone of Jean Grey, right?
If
You know what I
the
mean? Like,
audience
because-
doesn't basically know it, and if you play it to the point where because we know
But you
that
gotta
that's how
remember that
Madeline
Scott
Pryor. Hold on,
says-
no. But this is basically how Madeline Pryor originally infiltrated Scott, like literally. And that's if we go off of that version of it and how it was actually done, because he was a confused dude. Like, was this all he basically knew was, okay, Jean, no matter what iteration that we got was Jean. Even because even knowing at one point that Madeline Pryor was a clone, he still went along with certain things. He
Because
didn't
he loved
care
Jean that
But
much.
because he
that's the
loved
thing.
Jean that
He-
much.
he
You know what I
loved
mean?
Jean that much.
He even
Yeah.
said when Jean came back, he even said he's like the only reason why he married Madeline Pryor was because she reminded him of Jean.
Jean.
So to me personally, for the way I would appreciate the story, having the years of of having this been with me for all this time, it would feel like a lesser storytelling device to not have the exploration of their relationship and to get the chemistry and to get that relationship with Scott and Jean and to skip straight to I only married Madeline because she reminded me of you when we haven't actually built the relationship.
But see,
that
here's
it
the thing,
reminds him
though.
of yet.
We know Marvel. We know the MCU. Put it that way.
They'll
And
do
they're
something like that.
They're never going to actually touch on the actual what we believe in and what we know.
Well, I don't
They'll
think
never
Madeline
do it.
Pryor's ever going to be on screen. To be
Oh
perfectly
no,
honest.
I don't trust
Because
them.
if they do,
I don't know.
They do
I don't
anything
know.
with Cable, it's like they're gonna make it Jean Grey, and they're not gonna make it a clone, and they're not. I think it's gonna be.
You ain't gonna
it's
play it
be
safe.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're gonna play it
I
safe.
don't think they're gonna do Madeline Pryor because, again, personally, I think you have to have the relationship with
Yeah, they're
Jean
never gonna
Grey
touch that.
and Scott losing Jean Grey to then have him be like, I lost Jean and I couldn't deal with that and I was willing to, and that's the only reason why I married Madeline.
Unless if they kind of retell the story, if they retell the story of Cable, just that story, and just if they put it this way, because you can bring Cable into the fold, Scott not knowing at that particular point who he is, and just Cable, and it like put it this way, like a flash forward where Scott really, the revelation is revealed that eventually you're going to meet this person, and this is how all this happens. They can do it from that standpoint, but at the same time, we're talking about the MCU, and they're never going to do that.
Definitely bring Cable in and then explain his real origins over 5, 6, 7 movies, like depending on.
But you know what?
On what you're spreading it out.
If you're going to bring Cable in, God damn it, you better bring Bishop. You better.
They better not leave him out there in the wind, bro.
Better bring Bishop.
Don't get
Bishop has been hanging on the
Don't
Raptors since.
If you going to bring,
don't get me started on Bishop.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep doing Bishop
They
dirty, bro.
morphed him and they did him so damn dirty.
Yo, he ain't got a line. They just threw him on screen.
Yeah.
Like part of
face.
I
No
know
line.
he's already been other characters, right, in DC and in Marvel. I know he's already been Bloodsport and Heimdall, but how good would Idris Elba be as
Bishop? Oh man, come on, bro.
He'd be dope. I want him as John
He'd be
Stewart,
crazy
though. But
as Bishop,
Yeah.
dog.
I actually, you know what?
Especially if you watch his phenomenal BBC series Luther. All right.
See,
Luther's classic.
Luther,
Yeah, I love
man,
Luther.
I'm telling you, Idris Elba would be perfect as Bishop.
I want
But you
him
know
as
what?
John Stewart. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
But
about
see,
that.
y'all keep saying that, but see,
John Stewart.
Yeah,
Bruh,
he would have been perfect,
bro.
They
Listen,
already
I'm
cast
gonna
John
tell you.
Stewart, though.
Check it out. Wait a minute though.
But they took him out. They didn't even
Watch,
show him in
but
the
hold
movie.
up.
No, I mean they already cast him
Watch.
moving forward in a Green
If you
Lantern
saw the
thing.
movie Hidden Figures, Mahershala Ali was John Stewart the whole way through. Like literally.
Okay.
From Hidden Figures, when I
Okay.
see that, that's what basically sold me on Mahershala Ali being John Stewart because of the character and the presence that he gave and the weight that he gave that character.
Rest in
And I
peace,
wanted to
Scott
see
Bell.
that, but it won't happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It won't
I mean,
never happen. Anyway, we're already in a 220 Vinny butt naked. You had to go a long time ago, but I guess it got interesting. But it is what it is. Listen, it's been a great discussion tonight. It's been a great show, man. This was basically fun. We got to think about something next
this
week.
was dope, bro.
This was super dope. I love this, and they basically allowed the audience to explore characters that they probably had no idea.
Yeah.
Or now you want to go back and get the source material, you can definitely do that. But I love it. Oh, King Carter.
I'm surprised that all four
What
of
did he
us.
say? Concept art was Brad Pitt as Cable. It was. There was concept art out there
For
as
real?
Brad Pitt as Cable. Yeah, there was.
So you almost
Originally
got
there
over
was.
Josh.
He'd
He'd have been good.
It would have been dope.
He could.
It would have been dope.
He's a tall guy.
He's a
can
tall
It would have
guy,
been
yeah.
dope. It would have definitely been dope.
Yeah.
I
Some
would have
people
loved that.
were saying like, "Oh, Dave Bautista." It's like Batista. Like
Nah,
I
he's
enjoy
Drax.
him in certain things. I enjoy him as Drax.
Yeah,
You know,
Yes.
he doesn't.
He's
for the
not
level
Cable.
of depth for the story that they'd need to do with
No.
Cable. He doesn't
Yeah, he's
have
not
the
Cable.
acting chops. No
Yeah,
hate
no.
on him.
Nah.
He's that's not a character.
I think he's a
that-
good
that
actor,
he
but
can do.
not on that
Yeah.
level yet.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
not a character
Tobar.
that he can do.
He said Alan Richards, 6'2". He would have been perfect as Cable. Alan Richards.
Yeah, Richards is good.
Alan
all right.
Richardson is good. So he was great as Hawk. All right, he's a guy. I think he's too young. You gotta be a little bit older.
Middle, like
and-
30,
and-
Like
40.
a middle-aged type of dude.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been.
He's actually about to play the character that Tom Cruise played in the films. One of my
yeah, it's
favorite
gonna be
book
Reacher, right?
series from Lee Child, Jack Reacher. He's about to play Jack Reacher on February 2nd.
Cruz is not going to be Reacher no more?
No, it's a TV series now.
Oh, I'm about
It's
to
a
say.
TV series. They're not doing more movies. Cruise had the
He was a beast as John
presence.
Reacher.
He
Yeah.
was really good as the
That's too
character,
short.
but the character is supposed to be like 6'4", 6'5",
Yeah,
like
it's too
260
short.
pounds.
In the book, he's 6'4".
And his fighting style was very different than what they did with Tom Cruise in that, because it just, because Tom Cruise is a tiny tyke, right? He wears Oshkosh Bagosh. He's a great dude, but like he's a small dude, right? He's not. It's like he's like, I mean, really small, and Jack Reacher is like literally 2 feet
6'4".
taller than he's supposed to,
Yeah.
But Alan Rickson is playing Reacher, and that the first season, assuming that there's more than one, but at least this first season of that show drops on Amazon Prime on February 2nd. So he's playing that. And he's I really like him.
I
He
love the
was
John
really good.
Reacher series, bro. I got to
He was
watch
really
that.
good
So check
as
it out.
Hawk,
Check it
but
out real
I
quick.
don't think he's gonna be. I don't think he's not old enough, and I think he would still need to work on it to play that particular character.
I got to catch that.
So check it out. I know that this character has already been he's actually been in the X-Men before. We've seen him before. But every time I see him, for some reason, I've always thought Cable. Like literally,
I'm
it's
really
just
surprised at all
that
four
we
of us.
never really got a chance to see this guy. But I mean, if you watch him on, I guess he's actually on a show now called Euphoria. But just seeing him,
Let me see
And
this.
he was also on The Last Ship,
Eric Dane.
right?
For some reason,
that's
the
not a
last, the
great
last
picture
shit.
of
That's
him.
my boy.
But that's not a
Cable,
great
bro.
picture of him. But
The
if
Nathan
you,
James. Nathan James.
Yes, The Last Ship. The Nathan
Oh,
James. He was the
man.
captain. If you go back and you check out that show, The Last Ship,
He's
on
Cable,
TNT,
bro.
or any pictures from
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
him, you're like, oh, that dude, yeah,
He's
he could be
Cable.
Cable.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he's already got the colored hair, like
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But that dude is badass.
And he's big dude,
yeah,
bro.
He's on Euphoria. He was on
Yeah.
The Last Ship.
Yeah.
Dude is a good actor.
He's definitely a good actor,
Absolutely,
bro.
I would be on board with him.
That
too.
Last Ship show was
Absolutely.
amazing, bro. I watched all what?
Bro,
hell
like,
yeah.
like right
Five,
here,
six,
if you
five.
seeing like just looking at his features even
Yeah.
from the side, I just see Cable, bro.
Yeah, give him that
100%
gold
on
eye.
board with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be
Yep.
Cable. Yeah,
Yeah, he's definitely on
100%.
point with that.
definitely Cable. That's a good one.
Anyway, man, it was a great discussion tonight. Happy to have this on, man. It was a good idea. It actually came from Butt Naked, so everybody think Butt Naked. And also
That's a good
having
one, bro.
Vinny in the very beginning, do the recommendations that came through in the clutch. It was dope. And we're going to continue that on next week. Remember,
I'll
Jedi
have,
Kid.
I'll have more next week.
Yeah, do some more
Yeah, we'll all come
recommendations.
armed with
Everybody has some
some bullets.
recommendations. I'll have some next week as well.
I'll
But
have
Jedi
some.
Kid, you're going to go first,
I'll
of
have
course.
some.
Vinny, what you got going on next, brother?
Man, so I've been doing a bunch of one shot pieces for Book of Boba Fett. So I've been working on different art pieces for that, and
That one you drew earlier is
thank you, bro.
crazy, bro.
I've let that kind of bump up my list above some of the other pieces I got going on. I'm gonna give that to layout to post when we do Uncivilized Scoundrels on Thursday. So tune in on Thursday, and we'll put that up somewhere in the show so that you guys can check that out. And aside from that, I just finished Ozark. That was phenomenal. And like I mentioned at the top of the show, I've been just bouncing back and forth between Marvel, DC, and Indies, catching up on reading. So I just finished up on Thor. If anybody wants to hit me up with some arcs within that past 4 or 5 years, I'd be more than happy to go over some of those with y'all. And right now I'm about to dive into like 4 or 5 years worth of Justice League. So there's a lot of stories in there that I can't wait to catch up on. Sometimes there's some titles.
Yes, mine will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, there's some titles
Dude,
that it takes
love
me
it.
that long to catch up
I can't
on.
wait.
So I'm hyped to binge through those. So so drawing, reading, Uncivilized Scoundrels on Thursday.
Yes.
Yep.
Cannot
That's
wait for that.
awesome.
If you haven't already, man, subscribe to Vincent Dunn, Vincent Dunn Art on Instagram. He might actually give you a room tour, not, but yeah, definitely.
Never know.
Definitely.
Might
Thank
have-
you.
I want to see them boxes, bro. I know you got
Straight up,
mad
straight
comments
up.
in them boxes, bro.
Yeah, man.
I ain't
This
talking
is a
about
lot.
that room though. But anyway, Jedi Kid, what's going on with you, brother?
Bro, I'm so happy. I got Wonder Woman be here tomorrow. Remy will be here tomorrow. I got my Venom and Fat Boy Thor finally on my birthday last week. And what
Venom
else
is
I got?
another one that didn't show up on anybody's list today.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't count him, man.
I think we all kind of steered away from him on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's weird, bro. He's like,
I don't count. I feel like he was
he's
forced
weird.
into that role. I don't count him as a hero.
yeah. Because the symbiote won't give him up, so he's stuck with that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know.
But yeah, he's one of the ones that would have been a typical on the list. I think we all try to avoid the more common ones. You know.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So yeah, if you haven't already, check out Jedi Kid on Instagram. He already got some stuff going on with some heat with them photos and figures
Yes, sir.
all
Yes,
day,
sir.
every day. So check him out. Bucky Naked, my man. What you got going on, man? I'm gonna change this to Butt Naked too.
I'm actually I'm just looking at Hot Toys dropping some cos babies, and I'm like, oh, are these gonna be indicative of? But I don't know. Probably not.
Man,
They got a
over them
Rhino
right
in
now.
there. They got a Doc Ock. They got a Vulture. They got a Goblin. But they got like Spider-Punk and other things they've already done. But they do have 2099. There's also a Zendaya as MJ.
Oh, for real?
I would be down to get like just like a casual clothed MJ and Ned. Give me
Makes
Give me
sense.
give me. It was somebody said in the
Hot
stream
Toys won't
tonight,
do it. So will.
Is it too soon for a battle damaged Aunt May? I'll take a battle damaged.
Oh, you
Right.
guys are terrible.
Battle damage
I know.
Terrible.
But yeah, so no, I'm in the same boat as Vinny. Like I said earlier, I've been basically just tearing through books, man. There's a lot of good stuff going on right now. There's a lot of we just got a new She-Hulk #1 last week. We just got a new Silk #1 last week. New Silver Surfer jumped out. We're continuing the Captain America and Iron Man miniseries team up with the cover art by Alex Ross. Digging that. And we're continuing with the Spider-Man the Beyond storyline right now. And there was a Ben Reilly Spider-Man #1 that just came out. So I've got a bunch of stuff to read in addition to catching up with my X books. And then this Wednesday we got a bunch more good books dropping. So this week is going to be a lot of comic book reading. And then at some point, I think toward the end of the week, there will probably be kind of like a month in review type stream that we might be doing with Ryan over at Jetta Patrol. So I'm just kind of playing it by ear on that.
Definitely.
And then eventually, Lael and I will get to our one-on-one conversation with.
Let's play in that.
Spidey.
Let's play in that. Which day you trying to play in that for, man?
I mean, we could do Saturday afternoon because we got the posing on Sunday, right?
We could do Saturday afternoon.
I don't know. Did you decide what figure you're doing for Sunday?
Remember,
Or
we're doing
theme?
the comic book. The comic book cover.
The comic
theme,
book
remember?
cover theme, right? On
Yeah.
Sunday.
So we'll.
You did Batman the other day, didn't you?
We can.
We did Thor yesterday. Batman
Thor
last week.
yesterday.
Yeah. So
yeah.
we can maybe nail it down. We can kind of finalize it tomorrow, but maybe we'll maybe shoot for like Saturday afternoon. We can maybe do that.
That'll work.
But yeah, so just that. So I might pop up on a stream with Ryan and some of the usual suspects here included, and then we'll do our stuff on the weekend. Yeah,
definitely.
And so then I'm just fingers crossed that Wednesday Disney Plus Boba. Let's
turn this fire spray around.
Stop it! Oh,
there was
Slave One. I hate that, bro.
There was a lot of potential. There was a lot of potential in what we saw. It's just a matter of in the fourth episode. It's just a matter of do they have enough time to tell a good present story in the 3 remaining episodes? That's my concern. Yeah. This is their they gotta re-up on these last 3. Yeah, they only have 3 episodes left, so we got to see, what they can do.
The Power Rangers Motorcycle Gang.
Here's the thing. Even if these next 3 episodes of Boba Fett let us down, we're not that far away from Moon Knight.
Kenobi.
Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I'm about to say.
But I'm scared about Moon Knight too. I'm scared about Moon Knight too. Like
I think they made Moon Knight super soft.
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
I'm scared.
We'll see. We don't
It's
know
not
yet.
Netflix. It's not
That has me
Netflix.
scared. So I'm gonna be.
It's not
shit
Netflix.
bricks.
Remember
Just
that.
be as optimistic as you can. Again,
I am.
In Feige, I trust right now. That's the only way I can look at it.
I like Moon Knight, but
we'll see. So if you haven't already subscribed to Max Effort Collections and Real Raleigh on Instagram, get some great pictures and stuff over there. If you haven't already subscribed
also,
to
I'm a little
1/6
hurt
Scale
that
Man,
nobody fan casted me as Cable. Like I already got
crazy.
no
Once
dialogue.
you got that white beard.
if you
going
haven't
on
already,
there,
follow the 1/6 Scale Man
Just
YouTube
saying.
channel on IG and Twitter, as well as
the yellow eye.
to get some good content. Again, today is Comic Book
arm
Talk
there.
with Friends. You'll actually
blue eye,
see
'cause I
on
got
Wednesday,
blue eye.
basically.
That's it.
Wednesday, we'll basically have, Figure Talk. It's actually Say What. On Thursday, of course, we'll basically have Uncivilized Scoundrels. And then next Sunday, basically, we will have definitely Tom take your position. And then that Saturday, like I said, we're going to nail down the time to actually go deep dive into No Way Home. And just this basically the lore of Spider-Man. So stay tuned for that if you haven't already. But
You about to
again,
get cussed out, boy.
we're ready for that. Yo, Docinator in the building. We got 2 super chats, Articulated Photography. Just wanted to say hi to everyone. Hey, how you doing, man? Thank you for actually stopping through with the $2 super chat. $1.99 with DJN. Thank you for coming through with the $10 super chat.
No, John Krasinski was not Reacher on Amazon.
But wait, if Cable time travel like Terminator, he would be butt naked.
Oh, true.
Right?
There you go.
Butt nigga Cable.
DJ and
Cable.
John Krasinski was Jack Ryan on Amazon, not Jack Reacher. Different.
Yeah, Jack Ryan.
This is a totally different Jack Reacher
Now he's Reed Richards.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
hope that was
let's
true.
start it off. Basically, I'm
Here we
going to
go.
go ahead and address the chat real quick.
Yes,
We
Rock
have
that room.
Tobar in the building. We have Ashley Chase, Bloodsport, single songwriter, Tobar, Articulated Photography, DJ, and thank you for coming through with the super chats, man. Both of you guys rock as always.
Tobor, absolutely, Cable can be
this
running
picture,
around
bro.
without pants.
This picture, no matter where you go, like us looking. That's so crazy.
Exactly. We
can
got
lean over.
we got
Still see me.
Bloodsport in the building. We got Mark 7 to issue Boba Fett, the Vespa Rangers. That's funny.
Send him the fucking beats.
We got
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquareBalls. We have Jesus Gutierrez, Ashley Chase, Renz Talentino, Bob Dylan, my baby, Skylar. Thank you for coming through. We have Moat's Toy Box, Latoya T, baby. Thank you for coming through as always. Let's see who else we have.
The Rockwell room. Is that like the champagne room?
That's funny.
No, it's not
Logo
saying
Lou,
the
thank you for
champagne
coming
room.
through. Let's see who else we got. The Docinator, thank you for coming through. Let's see here. Single songwriter, as always, thank you for coming through, man. Let's see. SpongeBob Square Balls in the building.
Hey.
As always, let's see here. K Carter 27, thank you for coming through. Mott's Toy Box already said that. Let's see who else we have here. Loco Lou, Max Geekdom. As always, let's see here. And the Russian Bot, thank you for coming through.
Russian bot.
Let's see here. Bob Dylan in the building, as always. Malachi Mabane, my guy. John McNulty. Let's see here. Who else we got in the building?
You get your daughter?
Yeah, I got her already. Joe, thank you for basically being here. Let's see here. Joey Dahl's in the building. Thank you for actually being here, man. Let's see who else we got. Who else we got? Who else we got? Who else do we got? Christian Cosby, thank you for being here. Let's see here. Man, quite a few. Quite a few. I think, did I get everybody?
You better have 5,000 subscribers.
Did everybody?
That 5,000 is coming.
Yeah, that 5,000, yes, premonition. So, you know, that 5,000 is coming. So you already know I'm expecting that. Luminar 843, thank you for basically being here, as always, every week.
Matriarch.
In the matriarch, yes, thank you. Is the matriarch in there?
She was.
Was she?
I think so.
Was
She
he?
didn't she ask about the recommend a black female superhero?
Nah, that was
in there?
Luminar.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Luminar that actually asked.
Okay.
Yeah, the matriarch didn't come through today, but she's always here in spirit. Let's see here. Did we get anybody? Did we got everybody? I think we got majority of everybody. Spice Runner, thank you for coming through.
It's strange.
Definitely.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, again, if you haven't already subscribed to everybody's channel, peace and love to everybody, man. Come on, man. You know what time it is. It's been a great chat. Comic Book Talk with Friends every Monday. Stay tuned for next week. We will come up the topic and you will know. But from all of us to all of you, man, stay classy, keep it rolling, and I'm telling you, just peace out on this biatch. Till next week, man. Go collect them comics. Comic Book Wednesday. You already know what that new Comic Wednesday.
Yep.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you, brother.
Get off my face.
If we bring back no future flus, no
Don't
COVID.
hit me right in the face.
Bring back
Legacy-
COVID 47.
Hey, you know he is.
Sneeze right to the side, hit me right in the face.
He wants to be cable. He wants to be cable, so you know he got that legacy virus.
Yeah.
You already know he got that legacy virus.
Check your arms and your
yeah.
shoulders, bro. I
I
You
don't
know
know.
they don't
check
like
it out.
COVID 47.
Yeah, fuck COVID-19. I got fucking COVID 20.
COVID 200.
Yo.
2099.
Anyway, man, thanks
29.
everybody for coming. Until next week, peace. We love y'all. Let's
See ya.
Thanks,
go.
y'all.